What's going on? It's your dog Artman Boxing, and I'm back with another boxing conversation. Um, Today is December 9th, 2021, and it's fight week for Lomachenko. But there's some things going on in the welterweight division that I wanted to address today before we get into that. Shout out to Karma 25 Cent T Podcast. Yep. Yeah, let me let everybody know we are here cooking. Hold on, let me let everybody know we are on here live. But the real question is, will our generation see an undisputed welterweight champion ever? What's going on, brother D Hive? Karma 25 Cent T. Who's your favorite boxer? Karma 25 Cent T. Who's your favorite boxer? I want to know who's your favorite boxer. You might be a casual. Let me see who's your favorite boxer. Don't back out now. I want to know who's your favorite boxer. Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. I want to know. But anyways, yeah. Um, will we ever see an undisputed welterweight, dude? I really don't know, man. The way the WBA is acting, dude, they really ruined a fucking great plan, man. We had a chance to get a unified champion to go in there and fight. Well, WBO welterweight champion Terrence Crawford, but the WBA said, hell no, they're going to reject the claim. We don't want Errol Spence versus Ugas. They want to make Staniosis and whoever, which I believe is some bullshit because Staniosis, he don't deserve a shot at Ugas. Where's all the, where's the crowd that says this person doesn't deserve a fight? This person doesn't deserve this. Where's that crowd at? Because this is a real case of this fighter does not deserve a fight. Who did he beat? Who the hell did he beat? Oh, you said it's been said. You ain't gonna type it so everybody can see it. I probably know, but my people want to know too. But yeah, we on here cooking, man. Anyways, the WBA, I don't know. I don't think they like black fighters or something, dude, because they're kind of basically not kind of. They are fucking up the welterweight division. They are fucking up the welterweight division. It's fucking plain and simple because why would you turn down a fight like this? Why would you reject a fight like this? Errol Spence versus Ugas, that's a money fight right there. And then go on to have a super fight with Terrence Crawford. What organization would not want that? Why do you want to play this? Oh, I'm just being fair shit. Oh, well, Staniosis and this other guy deserve a fight at nah, they don't deserve that shit. How come they're not fighting each other to see who's gonna be the mandatory for that belt? And why none of them want to sit back and say, hold on, let Ugas and Errol fight because I want to fight the winner of Terrence Crawford versus the winner of Ugas versus Errol Spence. It just doesn't make any sense to me, dude. Oh, you said Javante is your favorite fighter? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, he a real one. Says salute art in the chat. Man, what's up, dude? It just got me hot because it's like, man, like that is a good fight. Errol Spence versus Ugas, and it's a no-brainer. Like at at the stage in their career that they're in, they deserve to be fighting nobody else besides each other. Ugas and Errol, if not Bud. Because those are champions. What y'all got a problem with black champions or something? Y'all wants to know since to hold this belt or something? What is this, man? What's going on? If Arrow can't fight Yugas, who in the world is he gonna fight? A little birdie told me that he might be fighting Virgil Ortiz. He might be fighting Virgil Ortiz. And that would be a good fight. It's not for a belt, though. But it'll be a good fight. In Texas? Shit, I might have to take a flight out there.
It's good, Art.
What's going on, Mr. Young?
Man, nothing much,
How
man.
you feeling, man, about the WBA right now, man?
Man, fuck the WBA, man. That's so fucking ridiculous. Them motherfuckers is racist. They don't want to see an undisputed black champion at 147. Because like you
They
said,
don't
it's
want to
a
see
no
it. And they
fucking
know what
brainer.
they're doing, bro. They know exactly what they're doing with this shit, too.
You know how much money you get from Spence and Ugas and then Spence and Crawford? That doesn't make any sense. You don't give these motherfucking Butiev and fucking Stanionis a shot. Like you said, make them motherfuckers fight each other. What makes Stanionis deserve a shot before Boots? What makes him deserve a shot
Because
before
he beat a
Virgil
wash.
Ortiz?
Because he had a no contest with a wash fucking Collazo.
Make no fucking
That's
sense,
deserving
man.
of a fucking. Not the guy. You get to fight the guy who beat the legend Manny Pacquiao because you beat or you had a no contest with Collazo.
And Ugas just beat Manny Pacquiao. Why the fuck does he have to fight in a fucking tournament and they're not doing this across other weight classes? It's fucking ridiculous. Do that shit at 160. Do that shit at 168. Why are you doing it only for 147? And they already had that debacle with fucking Michael Fox, and then they just had this shit out in the open. It don't make no fucking sense. I
Where
mean,
is that fucking judge? I ain't hear her say she resigned.
She on suspension, like a cop that shoots somebody. They got her on suspension so they can have her ass back on the payroll in 6 months. Because that's all she got. She only got a 6 month suspension. And it's funny because aside from Lex, who else called that Virgil Ortiz Jr. bullshit? I
You.
swear to God, because it was funny because I was listening to T while I was at work, and Lex got on there and said that, and he also thinks that they're gonna shove Virgil Ortiz up that way, and I was like, I told y'all because that little boy will get murked by Spencer Crawford right now. What the fuck you think he gonna do? Spence will break a foot off in his ass. He's not getting ready to do nothing with Spencer Crawford. So that's the only way to a belt right now until those two either get old or move up, and he don't want to wait that long. But
I
yeah.
say they just jump shift, man. Fuck it, y'all just go to 154, dominate there. This shit ain't tripping at this weight in this welterweight division. Look like
I
they
don't
want Staniosis to be the undisputed champion.
It was funny as fuck because I was watching 78 Sport this morning, and 78 just had to stop. He went to Box Rec and look at Stadion on his resume. He was like, "Look at this! Somebody come look at this! This man is 13-0 and accomplished absolutely nothing fighting on Boots undercards, but he over here getting title shots above Boots. Ain't this a bitch?"
How a nigga who fight on Boots undercard get a title shot before Boots?
But you know who he's represented by, right?
Who?
MTK.
Pro Bellum, which is basically MTK Jr. Yeah, you know about that? Ah, shit, bro. Yeah, man.
Now it's starting to make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Because I was
man.
missing something like, wait, how did he get in this? Now I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, he's under MTK Jr. So they went ahead.
Man, here they go with that shit, man. Shut up.
It's funny because
Shut up, man. These niggas are old. My bad, D High, but I'm just looking at this comment right now, man. Oh, we
oh wait,
won't get
what?
undisputed because Spence will fight Bud. What makes you think that? What makes you say that he won't fight him? How many has this man ever said he won't fight him? Has he?
That's a
Man,
tactic to
don't
keep
get
on
me
saying
started
till
on
the
that
fight's
shit.
actually fucking announced.
Yeah, and
And
it's
it's gonna
funny
be there.
because Pro Bellum is nothing but an MTK rebrand because MTK got too much dirt on it. They got too much dirt on it, and Pro Bellum is actually basically MTK, but like promotional and management services directly. Like MTK still advises Bud, but Pro Bellum can actually sign fighters to it, and it doesn't have the dirty ass name that MTK does. So all it is MTK Junior. I mean, that's what I call this shit. So they went ahead and slid the right parties that bread, and now all of a sudden we got Stanionis and Butayev and shit. And the thing about it is, let's pretend we live in a world where they actually let Spencer Ugas fight while Ugas still holds the WBA. They're just gonna give Spence those two mandatories, right? In fact, that would actually be the smarter thing because once Spence take out Ugas, now Spence got to fight those two motherfuckers, and those two get even closer to one of them being undisputed, even though they're not beating both. But you see what I'm saying?
But you know what? I hope Boots got a good nutritionist, and I hope Errol and them go up to 154 and dominate, and then Staniosis get put in the opposition, put in the predicament where he has to fight Boots, and Boots just knock his ass the fuck out.
Yeah, Boots,
Facts.
that dude's one dimensional as fuck. Boots will go ahead and beat his ass.
Staniosis is one dimensional as fuck. But I was watching that Colosso fight. I was watching that shit live, and I ain't gonna lie. You could hear them pops. Well, you could hear that shit.
Yeah.
When he was hitting Colosso, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, ooh. And that nigga Colosso, they talking about, bro, I watched that shit, bro. I could read body language. He wanted out. He wanted out. He wanted out. He wanted out. You can hear it. You can hear it in the crowd. I was front row, and I'm like, I'm hearing the pow, pow. And I'm like, shit. Man, he about to get knocked out.
Ugas is in deep shit. He's in deep shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Cause they gonna let that juice motherfucker come in there, juiced all the way up. Cause you know how I noticed who Staniosis was? Because I was literally watching a PBC card. I think it was a Boots card or whatever, whoever. But I was watching him, and I said, man, this white dude is fucking ripped. Like, not normal ripped. And I thought to myself, right then and there, I said, man, is he on that shit too?
Yeah, he is a pretty big welterweight. He looks huge. But I was just gonna say, man, boxing is the only sport where instead of motherfuckers is cracking down on this WBA shit, these motherfuckers are talking about, oh, PBC has all these pay-per-views. This is ridiculous. Yeah, like, man, if you don't want to buy them, then don't fucking buy them. What the fuck are you complaining about? You weird ass.
You niggas never buy shit anyways.
Facts. These niggas don't support that motherfucking this motherfucking sport. Motherfuckers talk about their fan of this fighter.
Boxing sometimes pay-per-views to the casuals because the casuals don't give a fuck. They'll pay.
Yeah, that's why Al Heyman be doing those fucking Cinco de Mayo cards with Ruiz and Areola because they know somebody gonna buy that bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
what
do we got to lose if we keep on charging niggas pay-per-views and they buying the shit?
Yeah, and I always say this: if the shit wasn't working, motherfuckers would stop doing it. But apparently, it's working over there, so they keep dropping pay-per-views because y'all keep buying the shit. Oh shit! That same dude said Spence won't dominate at 154. Who at 154 right now? Fuck with Spence.
Nigga, he spars.
I know this
Charlo.
dude. That's in the comment section. He's a day one art man fucking follower. Man, he from Australia too, so I know he happy as shit right now.
Man, Spence will get on Charlo ass. And I know that.
But shout out to Gary. Shout out to Gary in the Aussies in the Down Under. Congratulations on your George Kambosos victory.
George Kambosos better fight Devin Haney. That's all I'm finna say. Eddie better secure that fight. I'm gonna be on Eddie ass if you don't secure that fight. If Eddie don't secure that fight, he need to get the fuck out of boxing. Don't nobody want to see this motherfucker in boxing. You can't get your fighters the fights that they need. Get out.
You need to get out of boxing regardless, but I told y'all already that fight ain't gonna happen next. Because you know why I know it's not gonna happen next? It make too much sense. And it put a black fighter too close to being undisputed in the same year as Canelo. I mean, well, it would happen in 2022, but it just makes too much sense. That's why I knew it wasn't gonna happen. And then the moment I saw Lomachenko's name as number one for WBO, I was like, ah, shit, there you go.
And you called it.
I was like, ah, shit, there you go.
He did call that, D. Man,
I just know how Aram is. Like, yeah. It's funny because I'm thinking, shit, if I'm Aram, this nigga Lomachenko's number one for the WBO, and I just lost my ass and half my belts on Tio. Shit, I need to get a hold of some boxing capital. Otherwise, I'm hanging in the breeze with nothing. I look like a bitch out here. So just throw Lomachenko back in the mix. He should be able to get the belts off Cambosa's ass, and then we back in the lightweight picture, and then I can feed Teofimo to whoever and cash these two motherfuckers out on whoever, like
But
on some
that's the
Devin Haney.
thing, bro. They both take Tio and Lomo. They both cheated on Devin. You know that's why when they lost, it was poetic justice. I don't want to see these dudes back in the picture. Sit your bitch ass on the sidelines and wait. You know, Dev deserves that shot. He deserves that right. You know, and even though boxing is corrupt, we can't just sit up here and accept this shit like this no more, man. You know, you got all these racist ass journalists that don't know shit about boxing. They can't do their jobs right, but they steady talking shit. Like you got all these motherfucking weirdos as fans that just let their fighters duck and do whatever the fuck they want, fucking up the sport. Fuck all that shit, man. I'm tired of all that shit. And I'm gonna be on motherfuckers' asses. You know, I'm not gonna let up, man. I'm tired of this shit. This is a sport that
Yeah,
we love. This is a sport that we support. Them motherfuckers don't buy pay per views. You look at Bud's numbers and tell they don't buy pay per views. But Bud's everybody's favorite fighter at 147. Bud will beat everybody at 147, but he only got 135K for that Sean Porter fight, a fight that I wanted to see for a long time. And fuck, man, fuck all these niggas, man. Fuck them. Fuck the
I don't mean
WBA. Fuck Stanionis. Fuck Butayev. Fuck whoever. I don't give a fuck.
I don't mean to distract from the topic too much, but the funniest thing about Bud fans to me is that they'll admit that the ball is in Spence's court and Spence is the A side, but then whenever they go, we go, okay, well then when the 60-40 come down, it should be all good. The first thing goes, well, I don't think Bud should be getting that much money. He should be getting more money. I'm like, what the fuck you worried about Bud split for? What in the fuck is you worried about how much bread Bud gonna make? Like that shit is just funny to me. They get so emotional about Bud's cut, like they're fucking invested in the shit. I'm like, bro, what are you worried about how much bread he getting? And I've been suggesting to Bud fans recently, I've been like, look, if y'all don't not happy with the split, tell them to take 60-40 and then cash app him the difference. Go to his cash app. Just the same the same for people that are worried about Mark Breland's fucking career. Go to his cash app and cash app him a fucking salary, all right? Like,
Oh
stop
yeah.
worrying about how much niggas is getting paid. The first thing they bring up was like, oh shit, well Bud deserves some more than that because I'm like, what? For what?
Well, the thing
For
is that Beehive. All they gotta do is call. All Bud gotta do is if EJ gonna send that 60-40, tell him send the contract. Or if Bud's the A side like some of these weird ass Buff fans say, tell him send a contract to EJ. Do whatever, man. You know the numbers don't lie, and you know who's in the driver's seat. You know,
Bro, I'm gonna keep it 100. Neither Spence or Bud scared of each other. They're
no,
not
no,
not at
scared.
not
all,
at all.
not
Not
They're
at
at
not
all.
all.
scared. The business just has to make sense. I don't understand why either side can't even understand this. It doesn't make any sense. Like, dude, these dudes having full on face to face, full dialogue about how they want to beat each other up face to face, and it don't look like neither of these niggas are scared of each other. Of course, they want to fight, but the business just has to make sense, dude. And now, Bud just hopped over a major fucking hurdle, which is fucking Bob Earl in Top Rank. Now we're in a situation where the fight could happen.
I
And the thing
mean,
is that, um, I was just gonna say the thing is that he don't have to give that money to Bob. I bet you the one of the things that was holding up the fight is that he didn't want to give that money to Bob. You know, that's why he wanted a little bit more. Because some of that shit is going to Bob, and Bob don't care about Bud. He ain't never promoted Bud. He ain't ever tried to make Bud into no star.
Y'all see my man Hakeem Midwest Boxing Talk. He
yeah.
said after Staniosis beat Ugis and bring the belt to Crawford, Spence will move up.
Man,
Hey, I love this
Damn,
dude,
he
man.
said
He's so
Spence
fucking
gonna
funny, dude.
duck.
I swear, man.
He said
man, be
Spence
cool.
gonna duck.
Midwest, don't come in here with that bullshit, man. You always on some bullshit when you come in here.
He
Don't come in here
always
with that.
also bullshit. He do that shit on purpose,
He
man.
said Spence gonna duck. Damn, that's fucked up. Well, and what Alan was saying was important because when it comes to the business, let's keep it real. Terrence Crawford got Big Mac as his goddamn manager. This nigga, this man is so horrible. As far like based on his interviews on online shows, I'm not sure he understands the business of boxing either. because he's over here snitching, outright saying that they took the easier route, like stuff like that. I'm like, you don't seem like you're very in tune with how business works. Because just in case you didn't know, Big Mac, you made your entire camp look weak right now.
I
You made
saw
your
that. In, my bad. I was just gonna say I saw that entire live, but both Mac was getting emotional.
yeah, he was
He
getting mad because he exposed too much too much shit. It's like, bro, this is why you shouldn't be talking this much.
he didn't even want to
Like,
answer. He didn't even want to answer questions. Like you giving y'all a bad name and a bad. You're making the fighter look bad. And it's funny that people they say, "Oh, easy route EJ, easy route Earl," and then that comes out and don't nobody say nothing. Man, bro, do you have man? I put out that tweet right. I think you had
yeah,
liked it, and this fucking weirdo come out here nut riding and saying all this weird stuff. I think you know who it is. It's that weirdo that's always tweeting at you, and then he talking all this stuff, and then I'm sitting there looking at his tweets. He ain't corresponding to nothing I'm saying. He ain't talking. All that stuff he was talking is irrelevant. I'm saying, man, you ain't saying shit. All that stuff is irrelevant. What does that have to do with the topic? And he keeps deflecting. He keeps deflecting. And then I said, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna talk to you no more, man. And this is like early in the morning. Man, a fucking hour ago, this motherfucker just came in. He started tweeting at me and stuff, talking about, oh, he has all the man down merch and all this other shit. How you know what I got, man? No, it's fucking weirdo, bro.
Hey, so I don't
oh
know if
hell
y'all seen
no.
it.
What Tiafimo's
2020
supposed to be
Trainer of the
retiring?
Year. 2020 Trainer of the Year. Teofimo Lopez Sr. He said, "What my son did on November 27th was something stupid. It's not worth dying in the ring."
Oh my god.
What?
Jesus Christ. This is some man, and this crazy because they're not even riding this man ass like they did Wilder. This don't make no fucking sense. He almost died. Bro, can I get an official diagnosis that makes motherfucking sense? Because you talking about you had air in your lungs. Yeah, and I got gas in my ass. What are we talking about here? Okay, like air is supposed to be there.
I got blood in
Okay.
my veins.
Yeah, like what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Nobody cares. You got your ass full. Please step
And the thing
aside.
is that they told that all these motherfuckers was talking about when EJ had that torn retina. Oh, he needs to show proof. He needs to show proof. All of a sudden, Teofimo's not getting this smoke. They ain't saying none of this, man. Come on.
But can we just rewind to like January 2020 when both Lopez and like Lomachenko were like the best thing since sliced bread? Fucking Lomachenko was being compared to Muhammad Ali and Jesus Christ, and Tiafimo was like, oh shit, he might be better than fucking Mayweather. Now they both somebody's fucking leftovers. This is why y'all can't be talking too much shit about like basically if you've had people that have been pound for pound number one that have been like swiped off the board in the last like year and a half, just shut the fuck up, man. Because pound for pound list ain't supposed to change as often. Okay, you're not like if you pick somebody pound for pound, they're not supposed to get their ass whooped in the next 6 months. Okay, that's trash. Like motherfuckers that had Crawford pound for pound, it makes some sense. Motherfuckers that had Canelo pound for pound, it makes a little bit of sense. Motherfuckers that got EJ pound for pound, it makes some sense. Motherfuckers that had Loma pound, like what? And then like they had Chocolatito pound for pound, then they had Estrada pound for pound. It's like, dude, these niggas get beat up every 6 months. What y'all talking about?
Facts.
Like, dude, like these people get wiped off the pound for pound list every fucking 6 months, and then Loma's ass is still there with 2 L's and no belts. All right, bro. Okay, bro.
He lost to a motherfucker that drives Uber and steals beer. And
Literally,
he's
Uber
supposed to
driver.
be the best thing since Ali, and he'll beat Mayweather. Come on now.
And keep in mind, he got a title shot right after the L. People are like, oh, but see, he fought Gary Russell right afterwards. And I'm like, that doesn't seem strange to you? That's literally boxing corruption directly in front of you. How the fuck did he manage to maintain a place in line right after he just took an L? Who the fuck is he? Yildirim? Oh, shit. That's another person that got the same corrupt treatment. Damn. But then people are like, oh, all boxing is fair and shit. Like, bro, cut it out, man.
I was saying, I think I said this months ago on Champ Size channel. I said if you give a lot of these young fighters like Dev, Boots, you know, all these other fighters the opportunities that some of these dudes is getting, and you might see uh, the youngest champions in boxing history. You might see Undisputed faster. You might see dudes getting their title shot in their first fight. You know,
Yeah, because in the
Lomachenko
thing.
got.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
No, I
D.
apologize. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, no, no. After
Okay.
you.
Okay. I was just gonna say the thing about it is Lomachenko got it after that amateur record where he's a grown man beating up on little kids.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, to me, all the fighters they're saying are the best, nobody is fucking scared of. Everybody wants to fight belt or no belt. But all the fighters they say they ain't shit, everyone seems to be running from. It's weird. Like all the fighters you'll claim are the best since like Lomachenko, Canelo, Chocolatito, blah 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 blah. Nobody is afraid of these fucking people. Triple G. Nobody is afraid of these people. But the fighters y'all say ain't shit, the Charlos, the Haneys, the Tanks, the fucking Boots, the David Morrell Juniors, nobody seems to really want to fight them. Now you can claim it's high risk, low reward, but if we look at some of the fucking opponents, the reward wasn't the opponents some of these motherfuckers been facing, the reward wasn't there either. Cause you went from Gary Russell to fucking what Nicholas Walters, nigga? No, nigga, no, that's cap. That's cap. And then you went to like a lot of these things, a lot of these people were supposed to be soft touches. Like people forget. Cam Moses was supposed to be a soft touch. People were treating
Yo,
Cam. Oh, what's
speaking
up?
of Loma, so let me ask you guys, what does this prove when Loma beats, or if Loma beats Richard Comey this Saturday?
Not a motherfucking
Nothing.
thing.
Nothing.
He already got
Not
like
a
what?
motherfucking thing, right?
He got
No.
3 losses.
But let ESPN and old media tell it. That means he deserved a George Kambosos fight. That's what it
Immediate title
means.
shot. But our man, he the mandatory. See?
Mm-hmm. That mandatory shit, that shit come in handy when you're not Jamal Charlo.
All right.
Right? Yeah. People be mad as hell when I be posting shit on Twitter, bro. Cause you just gotta, at a certain point, as boxing fans, we just gotta draw the line and say, man, this is some bullshit that's going on. Like what Floyd said with about Canelo in that Macaboo fight. He said, man, he said, do you like this fight, Floyd? Hell no, I don't like this fucking fight. Nigga supposed to be fighting David Benavidez. You could have gave us a fucking Morrell fight, if that. Shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was
The
the better
the
fight.
WBA didn't
Morales.
mandate that at all.
Oh, they ain't
Nope.
mandating that shit, huh? I wonder fucking why. Fuck out of here with this shit, man. And
And
he
you
holding
got
this, man. I would feel so fucked up if I was David Benavidez. That I lost my belt, but I can't even get it back because this fucking redhead Mexican gets to take my belt and go off to the whole nother weight class, and I can't even fight him. I can't fight for my belt back.
at
It's
that
just
point,
gone. And matter of
you just
fact,
gotta
and guess what? Not only can't fight for my belt back, I can't fight for no belts at that weight class because he
yeah.
got them all.
At that point, you
And
gotta run up on.
what weight class he fighting in right now? This new edition WBC cruiserweight for a
Yeah.
WBC belt. What are the odds of him fighting in a whole nother weight class for a WBC belt, not an IBF belt, not a WBA belt, but a WBC belt? Come on, bro. In a whole new weight class, and then you gonna talk about you making history. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You make history every fucking day.
But
You know what I'm saying? You make history when you fucking leave your house. Oh, today, fucking December 9th, 2021, I stepped outside my front door. I made history. But that
I
ain't good
think
history. Who gives a fuck? Nobody's gonna look in the boxing fucking book and say, damn, that's fucking Hagler versus Hearns. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran. Oh yeah, and then you got Canelo versus Macaboo. They made
Macaboo, yeah.
history. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about that shit. Fuck
Nah,
out of here,
fucking
man.
Cambosis, Macaboo, and fucking Cruz. They got the quickest overnight fan bases in all of boxing history. Everybody suddenly became Cruz, Cambosis, and Macabooty fucking experts as soon as their names came into the fold. Like, oh, well, you see, what really happened? What, like, bro,
Because
like,
they're a foil. All of them motherfuckers is a foil. Cambosis is a he's a Jeff Horn 2.0. No
Look,
disrespect to Cambosis, but
man.
um,
Go ahead.
fucking Cruz is Tank lost that fight. Tank was running. Tank was scared. Tank was all this, and then Makabu was a foil to say, oh, well, look, you see, Canelo's fighting a black fighter. Look at that, guys. That's like a motherfucker saying, well, I'm not
Man, they telling
ATCC.
me
My
all
friends are
types of
black.
message about Canelo, how and all this. But my dude, he who geeks for fire. I've said this before. He said I wouldn't even be surprised if the WBC messed with the scales on David Beast on Canelo's behalf. And I hate to be the nigga with the tinfoil kufi on, but nigga, when it comes to the WBC and Canelo, you'll be a damn fool not to look at everything.
Didn't they just do that for Teofimo's bullshit, or was
Yeah,
that the IBF?
that
That
was
was because
most
Cambosos is the
likely one
IBF.
of it was somebody. It was
Yeah,
somebody. But anyways,
You know what that Mauricio, that fat fuck Mauricio Suleiman got a Canelo body pillow. So he,
I just find it
anything,
crazy how. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, anything that Canelo do, this motherfucker is ready to bust off of it. So it's just like,
but I will be feeling the same way if somebody was giving me this type of money.
but
I
if
just
you
find
love
it
the
crazy
sport,
that he's
Not
willing
saying
to.
I'm a snake like Mauricio Suleiman, but I'm just saying if somebody's giving me that type of money, of course we're gonna be partners. Of course I'm gonna bend some rules for you, dude.
It's just
Hell
crazy
yeah.
how they're willing to fuck over other Mexican people though. That's what's hilarious. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, that's what's real cold. But they probably looking at it like, David Benavidez, he ain't really Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
mean,
wouldn't be surprised if they had that type of mentality. Keep it
it's just
100.
it's just weird how they operate because it's like they're not planning for a post Canelo era. I was like, is this how boxing is gonna be forever with y'all? Because this nigga's only got like 4 more years of boxing left in him. He's not gonna be like Bernard Hopkins. He's gonna retire at like 35 because he's already made so
And
much
that's why they're
bread.
trying to set up the Eastern European play, but they don't understand. Their racist agenda is so stupid because they don't even understand that HBO is literally out of business because of a fucking European agenda.
Yeah, they
and
tried that bullshit with Kovalev, Triple G, Chocolatito, and them could have hold it down. Because let's keep it real, the sperm weights don't bring in that much bread. So it's like, and not to mention, after a while, these niggas are gonna get beat up. There's not enough of them over here to hold down divisions permanently. They're going to get beat the fuck
America
up.
is a
But
mecca of boxing. You could create lists of top 100 fighters, and all 100 could be black. So don't matter what. It don't matter if you don't like when the room's a little too dark, motherfucker. That room gonna have to get dark because the sun gonna come down, and that darkness is gonna spread. So these Eastern European motherfuckers, while they good fighters, they ain't gonna want that smoke for long. They ain't gonna keep that title for long, because it's gonna be a motherfucker from Baltimore, from Texas, from motherfucking Washington. Well,
and
it's the
they
same
don't
area.
want that. They don't want that. So they allow these fighters to come in with skin gloves, juiced up, all that. Think about it. I mean, we really gotta we can't even try to second guess it and say, oh, maybe they wouldn't do something like this. No, you gotta keep in mind that they could possibly do something like this because I witnessed it. They sat there and let this man go in there with skin gloves, trying to get a knockout to say, oh man, look at this guy, his second pro fight. Wasn't this like his second pro fight? That was like the craziest shit about it.
You talking
Like,
about
how you
Mastre?
even get a title shot?
You talking about Mastre?
Yeah, Mastre.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because they don't like he's from Venezuela. Gilberto Mendoza, the president of the WBA, is Venezuelan. I believe Gloria Martinez, the judge that they suspended, is also Venezuelan. So it's like, do we have to really paint a motherfucking picture for y'all?
And
Like,
Even Ugas said something about that, B, and motherfuckers was trying to look at him like he crazy.
yeah, he was talking about like their perspective on the communist agenda or some shit like that. But I told Ugas on Twitter, I was like, bro, you're just a black dude that speaks Spanish, and he liked the comment. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I know you know. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
no, seriously. Like nigga, you could talk all that Cuban shit, but nigga, you know where you at, right?
Yeah, you
You
over
look like
here,
DMX too, nigga. So shit.
Yeah,
you don't
that's
say a
been
word,
happening.
and motherfuckers would think you one of us.
Right, exactly. Like shit. But he found out.
Yeah. And they already getting They already getting the bullshit ready for Frank Sanchez at heavyweight. They got Luis Ortiz and Frank Sanchez on the same card, and then people are already starting to say, "Ah, Frank Sanchez boring. I don't know if I want to do it." I'm like, "Ah, okay, here we go. Here comes the
You know
bullshit."
what I was thinking about though, to keep it 100? I was thinking like, yo, Sanchez really beat F.A. Jaba's ass. Now he already back fighting. Like, wow. What is F.A. Jaba like? He was something, right?
He wasn't nothing. What the fuck? He
He
got
just had
knocked down
power.
by a bum.
Frank Sanchez beat that nigga like it was nothing. It was easy work.
I wasn't nobody ever high on the job, but Frank Sanchez gonna make some of these people that people are really high on right now, especially the motherfuckers at DAZN look like garbage. Fucking Babic, Hergovic, they will all get served up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I want to see Frankie Sanchez versus Jared Anderson.
This shit, Jared Anderson gonna get beat up. Yeah, I
I
mean,
want to get behind Jared Anderson, but
nah, bro.
I don't know, man. If I
Nah,
don't know,
bro.
man. He
Nah, I
needs some
can't
more
either.
maturing, man.
He's not. First of all, I'm not very high on him skill set wise. The nigga blocked 2 hooks as a heavyweight, and people are like, "Oh, he's a defensive genius." I'm like, okay, stop it. First of all, he was fighting the damn post man, so let's get that out the way. Second of all, he has shown no definitive separation as a heavyweight. He has a long jab. He's very tall. He throws hard hooks. That's about it. Once you start getting into the upper echelons and dealing with people like a fucking
I want to see
like
him
Frank
under
Sanchez,
pressure.
yeah, and then people say he was getting over on Tyson Fury, and I'm just like, bro, Deontay Wilder was getting over on Tyson Fury. What are we talking about? Like Deontay Wilder knocked this man down like 5 times in 3 fights. And he had him unconscious once. So that's not. I mean, if Deontay Wilder y'all saying has
Yeah,
no skill, that's not an accomplishment.
he had him unconscious twice. Let's not forget. He had him on his ass twice. He was out of there twice. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
I said he had him down 5 times, and he had him
No, I'm talking
unconscious.
about unconscious. Like the nigga was counted out. They should have counted him out twice. That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
Oh,
okay,
okay, for sure.
Dude said Fury retired Wilder.
But he's
Hey,
fighting next year.
look. I love it. I can't wait to see Fury next fight. I
Yeah,
Isn't
definitely
it?
want to see it. Somebody asked a question. Somebody said, "Do y'all think that Wilder fight took a lot out of Tyson Fury?" I said,
Yeah,
dude, all the peds and all the blows Fury took in training for this fight for Wilder most definitely took a lot out. I wouldn't be surprised if he had permanent brain damage.
he already had permanent brain damage coming into this motherfucker. But I can't wait to see what them pay-per-views numbers do, because everyone's like, "Oh, Tyson Fury saved Wilder's career," and I'm like, yeah,
This
we'll
shit
see.
was good.
what? See, bro, these
Oh,
niggas
they
don't know
never
what they
reported those
talking about.
pay-per-views for Wilder Fury, huh?
No,
No, they did. I think it did like 900. I think it
no,
did
it
900.
didn't.
You said like 900K?
Yeah, 950, some shit like that.
Dude, I don't know, man. Wilder can fight, bro. And that's the thing. I told somebody, I said, Wilder can fight somebody, and Fury can fight somebody on the same day. I guarantee they'll go watch Wilder fight,
As
Yeah,
long as
even
his
though Fury
opponent's
just
not,
won.
as long as his opponent's not black.
I
y'all,
don't know. Maybe if he is black.
y'all see anybody talking about Fury outside of Wilder? Like
No.
it's like Wilder said. That man say got him out the gutter. He'd probably be dead somewhere with a syringe in his arm if it wasn't for Wilder. He don't.
Abs-
He's,
But
and they don't like that.
Nigga
financially, Wilder
ruthless.
made a lot off of these fights, dude. Yeah, he's
Literally.
sitting up there, dude.
Shit,
But
so
like
did Fury.
legacy wise, he still has a great legacy. But I feel like he should end off on the win. He should fight Ruiz.
Yeah, he should go ahead.
Just knock him straight the fuck out. That
He
would be
should
cool.
he should fight he should fight, yeah, he should fight Reason and go ahead and bless a couple of these weak ass bums that dazzling like Alan Babbitt. I want to see him get slaughtered. And then not Hergovic because they used to spar, so Hergovic might have too much information. But
Said Fury was giving wins, he didn't earn shit. And I'm gonna say this forever
yeah,
because they're gonna say, "Oh, Art man, you're a hater. You can't give the better man, man. Fuck Fury, dude."
That's fine.
I know the play was in for Fury, dude. I've never seen the commission ever tell somebody, no matter what you say, these gloves are approved, and the glove look all types of crazy style. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. I don't care about the better man, none of that shit. And the fact that he gets dropped, And then they still allowed this dude to continue after that long ass count. And I know it was a long ass count because I was there. I was able to fucking dap somebody up, fucking turn up, thinking the fight is over, and to turn around and see that the fucking count's still on 8. Like,
But
what the fuck?
before,
Come on, bro.
before all the Wilder stuff, hardcore UK boxing fans, if they do exist, were saying that Fury lost to McDermott. They were saying that
Yeah,
Fury lost to a nigga named McDermott and he was raw. But then when they found out Fury was fighting Wilder, all of a sudden all that shit got hushed
all is
up.
forgiven.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, McDermott got robbed. He needs to run it back with McDermott." And then all of a sudden, Wilder came through. They're like, "Oh shit, that didn't happen." I'm like, "Nah, nigga, I've been around boxing a long time. Y'all was bitching saying that McDermott got robbed and he needed justice."
Bro, Ward,
Yeah,
even
Ward
Ward,
fucked up.
we didn't nigga, LDBC, all that. We didn't all criticize Ward on his comments on Wilder. For him to sit there and say, man, that count was long than a motherfucker. What does that say? What does that really tell you?
Yeah, he slipped up. Because I knew he was being genuine because he said it too fast. He was like, "Oh, that was a pretty long count." Oh shit! And then like he tried to walk it back afterwards. I was like, nah, nigga, you meant that. He had to go on
It
an
was a
apology
fucking
tour the
long
next day.
ass count once again.
Oh,
But you know what it is? You guys can have your white fucking bored penis eating champion. Y'all can have that shit. Wilder will always be the people's champion, and he inspired a lot of people, and he's a legend in the sport. Reason why fucking 15-second clip of him talking with Kevin Hart got everybody saying, "Damn, we fucking love Wilder," but nobody's saying we love Theory.
Wilder's the reason I
That
got
shit
into
had
boxing,
died,
man. That's the first thing I noticed when I was looking at it. It's like, man, why is this black man getting all this hate? All these dudes is hating on this man for what? I got the utmost respect for him because he brought out the mud. He created a legacy for his family out of
I
nothing.
knew
He
why
saved
he
his
was getting
daughter's
that
life.
hate. But
do you know how? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
my
This
bad.
shit so
But you know,
good.
with Wilder though, that to this day shit wasn't the first time he was talking about black shit. I remember an interview he said, I think he said during like a press conference where he was talking about like how like black folks and we sometimes we mean mug each other for no reason, looking at each other as enemies when we should be looking at each other as brothers. I remember him saying something like that before that to this day shit. I don't know if y'all remember that. Have y'all seen
That was the
do
Silka
y'all
fight.
remember that?
Nah, no.
I don't really remember
Yeah,
because I mean,
it was a while ago. It was a while ago.
what was the to this day thing? Wasn't he talking to Radio Raccoon to top it all off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was talking about that because Tyson Fury tried to say that him and his people been persecuted and all that shit
Oh, the
for a long
bullshit
time.
gypsies.
Nigga, he was like, nigga, what? Boy,
Yeah, because the
shit.
gypsies were a band. The gypsies were targeted because they were a band of of fucking grifters. That's what they do. The reason why the gypsies had to travel all the time were because they were ripping people off. You can't stay in the same zip code you doing dirt to niggas.
Exactly.
Right?
Shout out to Nitty G. He said, new to the channel, salute family. Yeah, shout out to you, man. We just in here cooking up, man. I'm feeling myself today, man, because it's just like I'm kind of pissed off because it's like when it comes to black fighters, they treating us like shit. They give us recognition when we lose, and they allow certain fighters to bend the rules, man. And it's like, dude, I get
The
it.
thing that pisses me off the most is Wilder, Spence, dudes like that get shitted on, but these motherfuckers, Canelo and Loma, all these weak ass motherfuckers get all this fucking love for being for being frauds, bro. These dudes, Loma and
Tank,
Canelo, I've always said they can fucking fight their ass off. But the shit that they get away with while EJ gets shitted on, because he's over there fighting other champions, and Bud, and he's saving Bud for that undisputed fight. Man, this shit, it don't make no fucking sense. In Midwest, you
Oh
better not
shit,
say nothing, man. Don't say
man.
nothing
What
to me, Midwest. Don't say nothing to me, man.
I was gonna say,
Oh shit, I'm in
Midwest,
the show. I look, he didn't even know I was in the show on the low.
Don't say nothing to me, man.
Midwest gonna say Spence was ducking.
Don't
Spence
say
was
that, man.
ducking.
You
Yeah,
finna have
yeah.
me
but
Actually, when we be
heated.
honest, I'll tell y'all an honest story about Spence to me. I remember when he was coming up, he came out around the same time as Saddam Ali. I liked them both and shit like that. I thought they was gonna be like the next major fight in the welterweight division. But you know what happened to Saddam Ali? He got sparked out by Jesse Vargas and shit like that. But I
Yeah.
liked Spence because he wanted those fights. Like he wanted those fights, and I remember Thurman Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, they didn't want to fight that dude and stuff like that. They're like, nah, he ain't got no name. And I remember Danny Garcia said that dumb shit. Like, nah, why would I fight him? I'm the cash cow. Like, bitch, no, you're not. What are you talking about? But he got the belt from Kell Brook. And I was happy for him winning that fight because I'm like, okay, this is a dude who wants champions. He want to unify and all that shit. I was high on Spence. And then when Crawford moved to the division, I was happy because I'm like, Spence wants the fights. Crawford wants the fights. So we're going to get that fight pretty soon. What turned me off of Spence is when he told Crawford, hey, go get that WO belt, and I'm coming get it from you. I said, okay, that's a fight we're going to have in the next year or something. When Crawford got that belt, his energy changed. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't rock with shit like that. I don't like fighters who duck. That's just me. If you duck, I really can't. I don't care if I supported you before. When you like change your energy for a certain fight or some shit like that, I don't rock with it. And then like he started doing the whole, well, I need a WBO belt. WBO ain't shit. Like, I don't know, they just rubbed me the wrong way.
I never heard him say that. You gotta enlighten me on that. I never heard him say the WBA and shit. I've never seen that, bro. I promise you, I've never seen that.
Him and the whole PBC started discouraging the WBO belt. They even started putting him on the posters for the welterweight champions.
EJ don't got nothing to do with them graphics, man. That don't got nothing to do with that.
He literally got up on the podium talking about what's about it. Why do I need a WBO belt for? That's a top ranked belt. That's a top ranked belt. I don't need.
I mean, it is top ranked belt. You can't say it's. I mean, you can't argue it's not.
But you need to be undisputed.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying it is a top ranked belt, and maybe EJ was referring to all the politics that usually come with it.
But yeah, once he changed his energy, that's when I was like, I don't like that dude, bro. I thought you was a real fighter.
He ain't never told. He ain't, man. He told Bud. Well, and it was an interview. It was before Bud even got to the division. He said, "I'm gonna get Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Pacquiao, and then when Bud gets that belt, we can get that too." He's only been fighting Sean Porter. He fought Danny Garcia. He wanted Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman, whole ass, he don't want to fight. You know,
yeah, Keith Thurman finna fight some damn Barrios. This nigga.
Hey, that's a good fight.
No, man, Keith's stupid. I needed Keith to sacrifice himself for Boots' career. You come back and gonna give Barrios some shine? Man,
what if Barrios win? That'd be some crazy shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's a very winnable fight for 147 Barrios. Tank win gonna age like wine. Keith's gonna be looking dumb as fuck that he got decision by damn Barrios or worse stopped. And I'm just like, oh my god, Keith, like you come off the couch to give Barrios some shine. That shit like,
brother D-Hive, you think he gonna get stopped?
No, I don't think he's gonna get stopped. I'm saying that if it do manage to happen, because Keith been out for like years and he's vulnerable to the body. Y'all know how unreliable Keith is, and Barrios big as hell. And the worst thing is like it's like Team Mayweather. They always be giving like people like Cruz and Barrios all this shine, but then they talk about Haney doesn't make any financial sense because of his viewership. Like Ellaby was talking some shit the other day talking about.
You know what, man?
They're talking about, there's only 2,600 people at his fight, so it don't even matter. I'm like, man, that's bullshit, and y'all know it. You don't want to see Devin there because Devin might fuck around and get on Tank ass. And that's all it is.
Especially if Tank came in like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Boy, Tank came in like that against Devin. Boy, he gonna get on his ass.
Hey, family. See, Leonard Ellaby, he pissed me off when he did that shit to Blue. He did that shit to Blue and he be saying all this weird ass shit.
What did he do to Blue? I ain't watch.
It was a case of mistaken identity because he thought that Blue was somebody that he wasn't, and he said that Blue asked a question about Tank and his next opponent. That's all he said. He said, "So what you got in store for Tank next?" That's it. And then Ellaby was like, "Oh wait, you're the guy that always talk shit about Mayweather and Tank, right? No, I won't be answering any of your questions, sir." And Blue was like, "What?"
He don't never talk bad about Tank or Mayweather. Never bad about them dudes.
Oh, he thought he was Fred.
No, he thought he was T Street.
Yeah, he thought he was just somebody else. But the thing about it is that number one, it's an honest question. Number two, Blue is the guy that don't talk bad about them even when they deserve it. And number three, I mean, like just bro, like confirm some shit. But that in and of itself, but fucking
And the
Oh, I
thing
didn't.
is that he got
I didn't
all these
know that.
media members. He got all these members
Nigga,
that
I don't
really
give a
talk stuff
fuck.
about Tank.
He
Hey,
didn't
this
even get
nigga
timed
said,
out.
he said, Art man, I'm up something, bro. How you timing me out for disagreeing with you? That's some snowflake mentality.
He didn't
He
I
get
ain't
didn't
timed
time
time
out.
him.
you out. One of my shooters probably timed you out.
Oh shit, he
And
said
one of
something.
the shooters, get his ass out of here. Get him out of here.
But yeah,
Right.
that's bullshit though, because like y'all saw the meme today about, oh, look at Isaac Cruz, his life has changed, going to his first basketball game. I'm like, okay, that's great. So fighting y'all, like, I don't understand. It just gets him annoyed. And then he talking all this bullshit using Canelo fanboy logic. Oh, he could barely sell out a barbecue. I only saw 2,600 people. It doesn't make financial sense.
Why
Like
are you
Devin
talking
Haney
about
has a
that?
belt. He
He
has a
disrespecting
fucking belt. Yeah,
one
bro.
of one of his own, like bro. And I was on Trill Boxing talking. They had Bill on, and Bill was big and Tank up. Bill ain't never disrespected Tank. He ain't disrespect LMB or nothing. And LMB just gonna sit up there and say that shit about Tank, the stuff he said about Blue, and all this other. It's like I can't stand motherfuckers. It's
It's
just it's like you got all these media members that actually talk shit about Tank, and you
yeah.
fly them out and you give them all these passes and stuff, and it's just like you gonna shit on one of your own. That
It's
nigga.
duckery. It's duckery of the finest order. And the worst part is Devin has said nothing bad about Tank at all. He hasn't said anything bad about Tank at all. And LRB and Lindros, they're running their mouth about how he's not even worth it. I'm like, no, that's not true, because Tank probably got PTSD from them gym sessions, and he'll
And the
get on
thing
his little
is,
ass.
I believe, and then they making Tank look bad. They fucking Tank legacy up. Tank can beat all these dudes, and Tank will sell out with all these dudes. It's just like Canelo. Canelo could sell out with anybody. And it's making him look bad. And fucker, he's 27. It's time for him to get them fights, because he could fuck around and lose. And then what?
Yeah.
And let me say this one more thing, D. Hop, and I'm gonna let you cook. That
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
motherfucker Leonard Elby look like. Look up the hash sling and slasher. That's what that motherfucker look like. It just hurt. That stuff where you just disrespect your own people and big up these other motherfuckers. It don't sit right with me, and that's why I went at Jamel. That's why I'll go at anybody, all these fighters, man. And that's why I got so much respect for Wilder and Spence. Because the one thing EJ said is that when talking about Bud, he said I'll never disrespect another black fighter, and you know how Wilder is. The rest of these motherfuckers, they don't stand for nothing. They look in the mirror and they look what they see and they hate themselves, and I can't respect that. So I'm gonna give you this word. I'll rock with him.
I think
Go
Shakur is
ahead.
like that too.
Oh, that
Shakur,
nigga said hash slinging slasher. My God. Oh shit.
Shakur, I feel like because Shakur, like he had that incident with his girlfriend, right? And they was calling them all types of niggas and stuff online, and he didn't have no smoke for none of them. That was a bad look for him. I know what you're talking
What,
about, man.
what was the worst look is him saying that he's Mexican. Like, there's no problem if you are Mexican, but if you're, or no, Puerto Rican,
Puerto Rican.
more so. And that's cool if you are, but you don't look like it. And I guarantee you, if you get around Puerto Ricans, they're probably not going to claim you looking like that. Same as Colbert saying, well, actually, I'm Mexican. It's like, nigga, your name is
But
Stephen Colbert. There's absolutely
no,
nothing Mexican about you.
And the thing
yeah,
was
but
is that the Puerto Ricans didn't claim Shakur until after he won.
yeah,
Exactly. So it's like,
but
cut,
Hey,
cut,
when
cut the
Shakur's
bullshit
in
out.
the pictures and the mug shots and shit, that's when he's a nigga. But he winning them belts, that's when he Puerto Rican. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm like, they wouldn't claim you in the streets, bro. They'd be like, what you doing this side of town?
Boy, speaking of
to be
Puerto Rico,
fair,
y'all seen that video
yeah,
of them dudes in Puerto Rico?
What dude from Puerto?
Sheesh.
What dude?
Oh, I see. I didn't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that
What?
shit wild.
What? What?
Woo.
Wait, what happened? I'm,
They shot at the police or something, right? And they hit two of them two officers or something, right? Right on.
oh, it was just a shooting.
I don't think there was cops. I don't know too much about it, but that shit was wild. I'm about to tag you, DI.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, what? Is this some boxing shit or just some shooting
Nah, just
shit?
some just crazy shit.
Oh,
But
okay.
just you saying Puerto Rico just made me just think about it.
Oh, okay.
My bad for getting off topic, y'all.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But But yeah,
But yeah,
nah, yeah, like when they do that, I understand it's just to avoid getting spammed the M word in your box 1,000 times. Because trust me, like I said, I have no following, and I get that shit. And but still, like you got to keep it real, especially if you want to especially if you want to
Hey,
maintain the fan base. Once you start losing, they throw you in the garbage.
hey, where's that
The thing
dude?
is that
Ishay Smith. Where's he from?
Oh, shit, I think he's from here. Is Ishe
Is
Smith
he?
an immigrant? I think he's FBA.
That nah, he can't be because that nigga's like the
say KBFBA.
that
Nah,
nigga's
bro. It
that nigga's
be
like that nigga's like what's her name? Candace Owens of the boxing community.
or eat shit Smith. That nigga eat
yeah,
shit.
fucking
He go
He was
out his
on
way to
Wilder's
go
dick.
against black. He go
Steven
out his
from
way to
Jang.
be a
Oh yeah, coon. He go out his way for that shit. The motherfuckers
Steven
don't
from
like
Jang.
you. And that's when black
Bro,
fighters get that mentality that we gonna support you, and when we support you, you gonna be a superstar. That's when they start to win. Look at Spence. Look at Wilder. You know they
Right.
embedded in the culture. Look at Tank. That's why them
Race
Leonard
don't.
Ellaby comments don't make no sense.
but that dude only supports one black fighter. Guess who he is?
Oh,
Bud.
oh,
But
thank.
and that's a
Yeah,
pattern with a lot of them Bud fans is coons.
that exactly. That's why it's so weird. They use like a lot of non-black racists, and I mean, yeah, a lot of non-black racists and coons use Bud as something to hide behind, to hide their bullshit. I'm like, bro, you can like Bud all you want. I like Bud too, but at the end of the day, if I was against every other black person, I would still smell funny, and people would be like, so what the fuck are you on? Because it's like, okay, Bud get a pass because he served Master Bob, and he don't talk about Bob even when he gets disrespected. I get that. That's the same.
What?
That's the same appeal AJ had. But after that, okay, so what's up with everybody else? What was it like? You
But
still look suspect.
the
What do
funny
y'all
thing
think?
is, D, as soon as I was just gonna say this, as soon as he talk about Canelo, they tell him how they really feel about him.
No, Ishe sucking on little dick.
No, no, I'm talking about Bud. But Bud
Oh,
and
right,
Canelo,
right,
they
right.
really show him how they feel about him.
Yeah, like I'm pound for pound. They go, nah, nigga, shut up.
They
You
started
fight
turning on
nobody.
him a little bit when Buzz said that Canelo don't fight black fighters. They started turning on him a little bit.
And then
Bruh,
they said, well, Bud, you don't fight black fighters. I think they said that too.
Crawford's so fucking
Buzz stay on
stupid.
code. To be fair to Bud, he stay on code at least. Like
Yeah,
I
no, he
don't.
don't he
Yeah.
don't detach from Cole. But the thing is, Crawford's so damn dumb. Like, bro, when you were pound for pound number one, do you know what they said about that fucking pound for pound list? They threw Clarissa Shields under the bus. They called the pound for pound list racist, and him and EJ were like the only two niggas on there. So basically, everyone
Yeah.
else cool with Estrada, Lomachenko, Chocolatito, in a way, all these motherfuckers on there. But the only problem they got is that two black fighters happen to make the list.
Right.
And then Crawford talking about, oh, well, shit, everybody good to me, boo boo. I'm like, nah, nigga, this shit's fucked up. That's why everyone was on Clarissa Shields' head when she barely lost the MMA match, which some people think she won by split decision because they claim she had a racist pound for pound list. I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck? Because she had 3 black people on it out of 10.
And the thing
What the fuck
about
is you
Bud
talking about?
is I like Bud. I fuck with Bud. I'm a EJ. I'm from Texas, so I rock with EJ. But the thing about it is, a lot of times he'll go at EJ, disrespect EJ. It's not even about boxing. Him and his team, but sometimes and Bud don't go against the code. It's just that and the fact that he really don't be having smoke for these writers. Like Bud don't go on no black channels. Like he don't. He said, "Oh, what do I need them for?" Stuff like that. It's like Bud, what are you doing? This is
Well,
why you don't sell.
to be fair to Bud, he don't go on any type of channels to do interviews. He don't like doing that shit at all.
Yeah, that's true. He don't
Yeah,
really.
that's really
He
fair.
don't.
And it hurts because Bud is a
Yeah.
great fighter. And even if he
Yeah.
wasn't fighting nobody, he could have still promoted, oh, I'm KOing. I'm KOing dudes left and right. And that
True.
in and of itself would sell.
True. Tank, if you think about it, Tank doesn't have like a great personality either. He sells because he's got a machine behind him with Floyd and
And he's
Ellaby and
exciting.
Well, Tank
that.
sells, yeah, because he's a knockout artist and he's relatable. A lot of black people can personally relate to Tank because they feel that he's incredibly authentic and stuff, which
Yeah.
he is, and also because they use the consistent Mexican opposition to make sure his events sell out, which is cool. But I love Tank as much as the next man, but we can't. I'm not a Tank sexual, just like I'm not a Spence sexual or Buzz sexual, none of that stuff. So I don't be sucking dick, man. Like it just is what it's like. If you think a motherfucker beat a motherfucker, that's cool. But you know, it's
Yeah.
time. It's time for Tank to make some different moves, bro. Because once he get past this little bullshit he got in 2022 with this little legal
Yeah.
bullshit, him and Kambosos not gonna happen. So let's get that out the
No.
way. Kambosos gonna
No.
have Lomachenko problems. Devin Haney gonna be wide open. This man got a fucking. He's probably gonna get stripped to the WBA. So it's like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
agree with you. I fuck with Tank heavy. Y'all know who my
Hey.
favorite fighters are, but
Who?
it's time for Tank to get in there with these Wilder, Spence, and EJ.
Okay.
It's time to get in these with these dogs, man, because I believe in Tank and I believe he'll beat all them dudes. You know, and
How you
those
feel
fights.
about how do y'all feel about 7-8? Basically, he got issue with Floyd because Floyd is trying to do the same thing with Tank. You know, the Mexican blueprint where he only fights Mexican fighters and tries to make money off of them.
Right.
I
7-8
agree
has
with.
an issue with that. Yeah,
I have
7-8 has
no
an issue with that.
But I have no problem with that because
yeah.
Yeah,
they made it to a
me
team
either.
sport. So let's keep it that way.
But
I
he
have
feels
no
like,
problem. I have no problem with that model. The only
hmm
part where I agree with 7-8 100%
hmm
is their relationship and their trepidation toward Devin Haney. That's the only
yeah,
part where I agree with 7-8. They
And
just they
you can put Gary
consistently
Russell.
refuse to get to put them in the same ring, and the reasons for it are garbage. The
You
reasons
can
for it are
put up.
garbage.
I agree with you, D, and you can put Gary Russell in there too. Tank might go out
Man,
and stop
but
Gary Russell.
I really want to know how do Latinos feel knowing that Tank fights nothing but Mexicans? This
They
hold on. They
they
told me
hate
what
it
I could
because they
tell.
keep getting slaughtered.
They tell me, it's like, well, it's cause y'all don't pay for y'all fighters or something like that. So
That's
black
a
people
lie.
can't sell. Blacks can't sell
That's a lie.
by themselves.
said I agree with Art, man. Hey, straight up, but you hear what I'm saying? Though? I said these niggas treat that shit like a team sport. So what's up?
Right.
Well,
If
they always claim they have the best fighters in boxing, that they run boxing, but then
yeah, they always say it. Somebody
when they
just
all
said
start
it in the
getting
chat.
I,
folded, they're like, shit, Tank need to fight some other people. God damn.
America runs boxing. We run boxing. America runs
Yeah, you
boxing.
go look at the history books. Who you see?
I don't think so today.
Oh
we got more
shit.
of a claim in the UK.
Oh shit.
Come on, man. See
Wait,
me.
I would
because
just say that because of like,
of
just look at
Tyson
like
Fury, bro?
not even
They
looking at the fighters, just
they're the
look at the
worst.
people who runs boxing. Look at
Right.
like
Oh,
over there in UK,
I see
you
what you're
got
talking
Eddie
about.
Hearn over there. He new to it. Frank Warren, he kind of new to it. They just got the boxer program over there. I can't remember the promoters' names, and they just came over Pro Bellum. They got the MTK. And when you
But
look at
that
over here in America, it's the same fucking promoters. Ain't no new promoters coming into the game and shit like that. No new managers and shit like that. The big fucking programs are just Top Rank, Golden Boy, and somewhat PBC. You don't see no new promoters coming in, no new investors and shit.
Well, keep in mind, the only reason why British boxing is now in a position to even be remotely competitive is because a lot of their fighters got shined via American boxing, especially when you consider Tyson Fury the Tyson Fury versus Wilder situation.
Y'all gonna hate me,
So
but I give all that credit to AJ.
no, I'm no,
I think he brought a lot of like eyes to British boxing and shit like that,
Oh
and
yeah, I
that's why
agree
I
with
think
you.
yeah,
no,
AJ brought a lot of eyes over there.
absolutely, but I'm
But
saying that a lot of it.
they tied his name in with Deontay Wilder though.
I was just
Nah, what I would say, like, yeah, a lot of Tyson Fury fans gonna hate this, but I really don't care. But but nobody gave a fuck about Tyson Fury. They never did.
Hey,
His whole career,
Midwest,
yeah,
you
nobody.
they still don't.
you only upsetting like the 5 Tyson Fury fans that's really on Earth, you know. So go
Oh
Yeah,
ahead and
yeah,
say what you gotta
he
say.
doesn't actually have fans. People just hate Wilder, and
Yeah.
they needed to use Wilder as a boogeyman. Yeah, no, and again, I'm not saying AJ didn't have anything to do with it. I'm saying the combination of all of it actually got their fighters the momentum, especially with DAZN, got their fighters the momentum and the American exposure to actually launch some successful ventures. And Pro Bellum also. Pro Bellum is a cross-continental operation. They're also retaining American fighters to compete in this market as well. So it's because Pro
I,
Bellum is MTK Junior.
you know what's crazy? I heard it is MTK.
It is.
That's
It
what I
is,
heard.
bro.
I heard it's just MTK. They trying to rebrand and shit.
Well, no, they're not trying
Did
to
y'all see?
rebrand. It's just that MTK is too close to DK directly,
What it is
so they want to have an
M-
organization that could actually handle the finances and sign fighters directly, kind of like PBC.
Did
MTK
they
is motherfucking Miley Cyrus, and Pro Bellum is Hannah Montana.
Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
basically
what the
it.
fuck it is.
do y'all
Yeah,
remember
it
that
is.
do y'all remember that documentary that they had about Daniel Cahan that nobody talked about on boxing Twitter and it slept under the rug? But they
What
aired it
What
like
happened?
the
this year.
about the mob?
Yeah, about the yeah.
Hey, that shit was so wild, bro. Because it's so crazy. Because it was one morning I just woke up and this dude from the UK just sent me this in my inbox. I'm like, man, what the hell this nigga sent me? So I'm just watching it, and I'm just like, yo, what the what? Shooting at the weigh-in? What? Dressed like security guards,
That shit is so crazy, man.
dressed in drag, Tyson Fury. What? I said, oh yeah, nigga, he did that shit. That cheating shit, yeah, they did that. Most definitely. No questions about it.
And nobody
Yep.
said nothing about it.
And they even explained, they said, yeah, they go to that gym. Next thing you know it, they leave with special abilities. Hey, who got all
Same,
that background noise going on?
same with Reynoso, probably.
Somebody taking a
Someone
shower.
saying Renoso.
You said
Some,
say
Hey,
no, real shit. Go
yeah,
to the
they they
gym and
they
you
go
leave
down
with
there.
special abilities. Why your gym leave motherfuckers leaving that shit like superhumans? Like the
Shit,
Justice
hey,
League and shit.
I
when they
can't
give it,
wait to see a juiced up Virgil Ortiz Jr. That shit gonna be crazy. This nigga gonna be decapitating
Hey,
niggas.
you think Virgil really going to? I think he should do it if he plan on fighting Arrow next.
Shit,
That would be dope.
because
But
Ryan
It don't
Garcia is
Reynoso
a
gonna
it
be
don't
like,
basic ass
hell no,
springer.
we don't want nobody from my team taking another L.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why you gonna sick him on Arrow, juiced up Virgil on Arrow like that? God damn.
That
Earl didn't
bro,
look.
nigga, how you think they, bro? What you man? They coming like that? Ain't no telling. But
it don't matter if you put Reynoso or Virgil, Arrow's still gonna beat him.
I
Mm,
don't know. The Earl that I saw
mm.
against Danny Garcia.
Oh shit.
He just came off a car accident, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, now he coming off eye injury.
You know what's a boxer's worst enemy? Inactivity.
He just
even
fought
with
last
even
year.
with an artist,
Yeah,
even with art,
same
man, it
thing.
was a
Yep,
time where I stopped drawing from like high school all the way till I was a grown ass man, and I'm like,
yep,
man, my timing was off, like certain things was off, and I'm like, I had to basically train myself, teach myself how to do all the shit I was really good at a time.
yep. I mean,
Yeah,
look
so
at you.
that inactivity it does do something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
we'll
true.
see.
But when Earl prove you wrong again, then what? Then what?
No,
He's not
I'm
going to fight
I
rooting
ain't gonna
for him
Earl.
lie
to
to you,
prove me
Period.
Alex.
wrong.
Look, I'm wearing this shirt, this hoodie, because I remember I remember this fight, man. Danny Garcia versus Errol. Nigga, my guest at the party, every time Danny Garcia threw a hook, everybody gasped. Because they're thinking like, man, what if that car accident took a lot out of him?
Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie to you too, because when I was watching that, I wasn't gonna lie, I was nervous for him. Because everybody was saying,
Everybody
oh,
was nervous because they showed the car flipped around. Everybody was like, because I had a whole bunch of casuals watching this. We was watching it at my pop's crib on a 70 inch, and they saw the car flipped over and shit because you know how PBC they don't show all that shit. So the casuals watching there, they're like, yo, like, and this guy said he wants to box after that shit. Good luck.
but the crazy thing about it is that everybody was picking, as far as I saw, everybody picked Danny to win. And after Errol won, Danny became a bum.
That's
So
You
like,
crazy.
know
I don't
what?
know. Nobody picked Danny to win.
I don't know. I never saw nobody pick Danny to win.
I,
Yeah.
I was in I was in
I
chats. I
saw
looked at
some.
Yeah,
I was in chats. I looked at the comments. I look at all these comments. Earl gonna get knocked out. Danny gonna knock them out. Earl ain't the same. I ain't lying to y'all. They probably still up. The press conference videos on
you know
them.
what's
But
still up? When
what?
Bob Arrow said that nigga Spence gonna be a vegetable.
Yeah, he said that. All this
That's
bullshit
some
Wow.
talking
fucked up
like that.
shit.
Bob
Bob Arrow
Arum
was fucked
said
up.
that.
That's the age in them talking. That nigga was
It was his
saying,
birthday. Nobody even give a fuck.
yeah.
Bro. All this is fucking 90 years, 90
Said
years
nigga, you done
old.
had too many birthdays, bro.
How
Move the
you
fuck on.
who you know 90 years old running a company? I don't know
That shit
Nah,
is
nobody.
that shit
Bro, I'm
crazy.
telling you
what?
guys, look, I work in healthcare outside of this shit, man. I speak to
Yeah.
patients who's like 80, 90 years old. And to think Bob Arum is running the company like that,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it can't be true. Somebody else is pulling the strings because no way.
The nigga see now.
No, I feel like the company might be run better if somebody was actually pulling the damn strings over there. Only 90-year-old motherfucker I know to actually get out of bed and try to go to work every day is Warren Buffett.
I'm gonna put you in with Lomachenko.
Oh
Push a
my
Niggas,
Shakur.
god, bro.
now niggas, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if there's niggas who got contracts with Bob Arum thinking like, man, I can't wait till one of these days I get that call so I can get out
He
this contract.
he must be paying him decent because these niggas keep signing with him.
It's
Yeah.
Keyshawn
that
Davis is
it's that signing bonus, man. Like he gives a lot of upfront money. That's what it is.
yeah.
And also
Don't
your
let this
first,
social media fool you. Some of these niggas be fucked up out here.
yeah, and also like you know for a fact that your first 10 fights gonna be pretty much nothing.
They gonna build
Yeah.
your name off somebody. They're gonna build you up off the back of another man,
Bro,
another fighter.
these niggas be boxers with 4 baby mamas already and shit, nigga. They need that advance, bro. They don't
Go
they don't want that $2,000 a month shit from Al Heyman. They want that 200,000 up front for
Yeah,
10
that
go look
fucking
years.
go look at
50.
Shakur. I was gonna say go look at Shakur Stevenson's likes on Twitter. You already know Bob on that bullshit. He said he gonna treat him like Terrence Crawford, basically like oh say that oh he's a waste of money, he don't make any money, and then not get him any fights.
Yeah, he gonna do him like he did
You know,
Floyd.
situation Shakur Stevenson is in.
Yeah,
Imagine joining the gang because your homeboy told you to join the gang,
yeah,
and then your homeboy end up leaving the gang, and you still in the gang.
man.
That's what the fuck is Shakur Stevenson is in right now.
But it's funny because they tried the same nonsense with Mayweather with the Corrales situation. Mayweather fuck around beat him, and then Shakur probably gonna do the same thing with Lomachenko. That's why Lomachenko, when Bob brought it up, Lomachenko didn't even mention any excitement. He was like, "What? I'm trying to see what Cambosa's talking
Let's
about. I
talk
ain't trying
about
to
it.
see. Yeah, I ain't trying to
Nigga,
see no crazy ass Stevenson,
Bob like
especially."
shit. Nigga,
he been sparred.
if the WBO ain't nigga, if they trying to go over the budget I'm trying to give them, then I'm putting
Yeah,
you in there, Shakur.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you
you
got
know
you got
what?
to.
I feel like Shakur messed this shit up, being young and eager and shit like that. One, there was no reason for you to go and push the WBO to mandate you to fight Jamal Herring. One, I
yeah, he
say that
doesn't.
because
Yeah,
Oscar Valdez is not gonna fight you. I don't understand why the fuck you think Oscar Valdez gonna fight him. He not gonna fight you. He didn't fight you at 126. I mean, yeah, at 126, he's not gonna fight you at 130. It was stupid for you to push the WBO on him when he was finna unify with Oscar Valdez. You should have pushed it after he unified. You could have fought for two belts.
Yeah, that's what I was. I thought that too, but
so what he's supposed to do then?
Well,
He should have waited for him to unify. Like Oscar Valdez not gonna fight you. I don't know why these fighters be so optimistic. He's not gonna fucking fight you ever. There's
it,
nothing you
it,
can do to.
who is Shakur manager? Is Big Mac managing Shakur too?
Nah,
Nah,
it's
it's,
Jay
You
it's
niggas
Prince.
is
that
crazy as
it's
hell.
that nigga
Jay Prince.
Jay
Oh
Prince.
yeah, yeah. Of
Oh,
course it's
okay.
Jay Prince. And you talking about some why did that fight happen? Bro, Jay Prince made that fight happen. They was trying to skip over Shakur Stevenson.
They should
Mm.
have.
Jamel Herring wanted nothing to do with that fight.
Yeah,
He wild.
Jamel. Yeah, Herring only took it to be on some G shit. He's like, I'm a Marine. I don't run from nothing. Man, that Marine Corps training was fucking nowhere to be found during that fight. God damn, that was
What I
10
like
rounds.
about that fight,
That was
really,
10 rounds of child abuse, nigga.
I like what Shakur Stevenson said before the fight, man. It's some real it got some levels to this shit. He was
Yeah,
like, yo, he was like, man, when it comes to me, the difference between me and you is you need your team, you need your corner to give you pointers on what you should do in the fight. Me, on the other hand, I know exactly what to do in there.
Sound like Floyd.
And I
Yeah,
was like, oh shit.
that's
He
scary.
said, I don't really need my team. Yeah, my team there, but I know what to
Say
do up in
Dev.
there.
Shakur
Yeah,
was actually
Oh
giving corner
shit.
advice.
He sounded like one of them ones, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
One of the fighters from that camp was actually at a fight on Top Rank. I don't know if it was Keyshawn Davis or not, but Shakur was actually giving corner advice and stuff. I was like, damn, how old
Yup.
is he?
Now
He
Keyshawn
already
Davis ain't never had a fight yet. He finna have his first fight right now.
Lose to the
Wait,
same
Keyshawn.
thing.
Wait,
Nah,
hasn't
Keyshawn
Keyshawn
Davis,
been
this gonna be
fighting on
like
the
his
zone?
third pro fight.
Yeah, he was fighting on the zone, and now he had Top Rank.
Nah,
Yeah.
you thinking of Greer?
Nah, I'm thinking about
No,
Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn
Keyshawn Davis
Davis.
did have
I'm
some
talking
pro
about who he
fights.
was giving the corner advice to. It was Greer.
Oh, okay, yeah,
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 he was giving to Greer,
yeah.
and
Okay.
Greer still went out there and looked terrible.
Yeah, he just ain't it, bro.
Yeah,
I be
Yeah.
feeling bad for him sometimes in them fights. I be like, God damn, nigga.
Yeah, I be watching. I watched some of Greer's older fights on Salita Promotions. I was like, yeah, womp
you're not the one.
womp.
Some motherfuckers just ain't going. You know what's crazy? I used to think that about Montella Love. When I watched his older fights, I said this nigga just ain't it. But watching him recently, I'm like, okay, maybe he might be
Cause probably
something.
because he at 140 now, and that's what I be saying. Devin Haney should do. Go up to 140 because your power gonna be there.
No, I don't know. I think he
Nah,
one of them dudes
Y'all
that just
talking
ain't gonna
about
have no
grown man
power.
strength and shit. That grown man strength come at like 20, 21. You never. I'm gonna keep it 100 because think about it. Some fighters be having power at a real young age. So what is this? We gonna wait till Devin Haney's fucking 35
That's
on
gonna be
5 o'clock
coming
shadow and say,
anytime
oh
now.
yeah, he got the man strength then?
I
I'm gonna
Haney's
think
be
that
asking
honest,
to
bro.
go up
Haney.
and wait.
I
He
think
gonna
that
be
Haney needs to
Paulie
stay at
Malignaggi, bro.
130. Huh?
He gonna be a Paulie Malignaggi, a fighter with no power, bro. I don't see it.
Damn. I hope not.
Even without
Bro,
power,
I don't
but
know what
what?
that y'all talk about polymyalgia shit because there's a clear reason why JoJo Diaz was not trying to exchange with him like he was in the Fortuna fight. Let's be real.
He couldn't catch him because of his feet. It wasn't because of no power and shit. Like, look at Jojo Diaz's face. He wasn't even red.
Dev was coming forward the
What do you
whole
mean?
fight.
Look at his
He
face.
wasn't even red.
Hold on. Look, I'm gonna show you his face.
But
He wasn't
even
bruised up or nothing, bro.
but
I'm
even
gonna show you his.
He
He
just
wasn't
ain't get the
bruised up.
power,
Dev
bro.
I
wasn't
bet.
trying to like
even
go
without
one
even
Bet.
way.
without power, that's fine. It's called boxing, not knockout. But
I know,
honestly,
but that
I
only
think
take you so far. You can't go
But
up to
them
140 without power.
oh whoa
them
we
body
we
shots was
we
hurting. Them hurt. It don't matter
shit.
if you got power or
Yeah.
not. You get hit in the body. That's gonna hurt.
Floyd went up to 147 and 154 lacking power. But the thing
I'm gonna tell you.
is
I'm gonna be
that
honest with you.
The thing
Floyd ain't
had,
like power.
yeah,
Floyd
he
had
didn't.
brittle hands.
Yeah, Floyd had
Devin Haney
respectable
don't got
power.
power.
Floyd had that like Andre Berto described after his fight with him. He had that zapping power. It wasn't stopping power, but it was enough to have you readjust that bottom time to move out the way. And yeah, well, there's that. But all I'm saying is, I think that Haney should stay at 135 and run everybody out of
He
That
135.
nigga
probably
ain't got no power.
No
Haney
power, bro. Look at that shit.
Haney
Go look
probably
at
just need
Lopez.
a strength and conditioning trainer.
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
people talk
It
about he
ain't
should
gonna
get with Blu-ray.
it ain't gonna work, bro. He just ain't got it. I think he needs to accept he don't get it. And I don't
Plus,
see his career going
Haney
as far
got
as I thought it would.
I think he just
Haney
need to
got
go
little.
to
He got little. His
140,
legs are
bro.
small.
Look at Love knocking niggas out now. He
True.
wasn't knocking niggas out like that before.
Who?
I'm not super sold on Love as of yet, anyways. But
Love. It sounds like he needs to be disciplined. He needs to get on his discipline now, or it's gonna cost him.
I just mean from a skill set, like from a skill set point of view, as far as being at 140. Like for example, I think if he would fight Regis right now, Regis will get on his ass.
I
You
think
think
that about
so?
all these motherfuckers.
Regis is a
140
killer
is
though.
stacked, bro. 140 is a stacked division.
But I
Even the
disagree.
journeyman can beat your motherfucking
Hey, that
ass.
nigga
Brandon
Regis.
Lee's coming.
I fuck with Regis in his
he
diary
tried
of my
he,
140 life.
he
Hey
trying
D,
everything he can not to go up to 147.
And that nigga Regis be like, yeah, so today I had one Cheerio and
Shut the fuck
and I
up,
had
dude.
an ounce of water
Hey,
and I
Regis
just
did
laid
something
in
I
the
ain't never seen
sauna
before.
for 6
what?
hours.
You never
He
seen Regis
Regis,
Prograis fight, Banks?
no, Regis did something I never seen before. He admitted somebody whooped his ass in sparring.
Oh, that's not good. Who?
He said Shakur fucked him up in sparring.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Shakur is a
it's
beast
it's
though.
It's Shakur. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, D,
He said
Sabril,
Shakur was touching his ass up. He was probably popping his ass like he did Yuga's ass with that jab up top and straight to the stomach.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull
But
that clip up.
hey, Sabril got another fight. He coming up.
Yeah, it's a rematch with Anani, and he gonna put Anani into rest.
rest
He gonna
and
lay his ass to rest. That's not even gonna be a question. I don't think that fight gonna see 8 rounds.
But the thing is that
Damn.
we talking about all these great fighters, these good up and coming fighters. Boxing ain't dead. They just need to do right by it.
right.
A lot of
Yeah,
the
they need
stuff
to
that's
make the
going
good
on
fights.
then going on now, it's been going on. None of this stuff is new. So stop acting like this stuff is new. These dudes on Twitter don't know what the fuck they talking about.
Yep.
And they
They
trying to
just
make
say
it
shit
seem
for like clickbait, dude. That's what I
No, they
come to
want to
find out.
drive. They want to drive. They want to keep driving the Canelo era narratives where all the black fighters suck. Everyone else is great. The black fighters should fight each other and leave everyone else alone. That's it.
The
I think
downfall of the Negro fighter. That's what they want.
they
Hey,
said
you
Yeah.
see
that's Ubis and Shakur.
Yugas and Shakur. See, I love that move right there. Where like
Shakur gets
where
fire
they
every
use
fight.
the jab like a stick and then they pop you in the center of your gut. Right
Y'all
here.
think y'all think
Right
Shakur
there,
can
like
fight at
that.
147 one day?
He'll probably end around there. Either one, yeah, probably one
He
40,
said
147.
130.
He'll probably end his career
You
around
don't
there.
think he could have fucked him up if this was the pros and he put on like 7 more pounds?
I mean, probably Shakur Stevenson. Like it's like Mayweather. Any division, most divisions within reason that you put him in without weight adjustments, you probably have a lot of success.
A lot of these dudes can move up and be killers. Shakur. You seen Tank. Devin. I feel like Devin can do it too. People talk about Devin don't got power, but the thing
Yeah,
about
man.
Devin,
Yeah.
Who's better?
he,
Who's better to y'all, Dev or Shakur?
Ooh, you see that
Shakur
boy?
by a long mouth.
Y'all see that boy Shakur
Yeah,
Stevenson? He fast, man. Look at this shit.
yeah. I think
I
Shakur
used to think they
got
was
better.
on even playing field, but then I was like, nah, Shakur just way better.
but
I'm the
they
only one I
can't none of them
know.
dudes beat Boots. Ain't none of them dudes beat Boots. I'll
I'm
say
the
You
that.
I'm
crazy? I think Crawford and I think Crawford beats him. I don't know too much about Spence.
I'm the
I
only
don't think I'm
one.
the opposite. I think Spence will beat him. I don't think Bud beats him.
I
I'm
don't
the
know what I
only
see
one
with
I
Spence.
know. I'm the only one I know
I
that
see
thinks
what you
that
don't see, Midwest.
I'm the only one I know that thinks that Haney will beat pretty much everybody between 130 and 140, including Tank. I'm the only one I know that thinks that.
Hell no.
Everybody think when you say
Hell no.
Haney against the heavy hitters, everybody thinks, oh, he ain't got no chin. He ain't got no chin.
And I'm like, all right, let's do it then. Let's go. Let's see.
I
Because
think Loma.
Tank, I mean, y'all talking about how Tank will knock Devin head off his shoulders, but they are sure not in a hurry to make that shit. And Devin got a strap,
And I'm
so
just
it's like,
say
all
this.
right.
Ooh.
I'm saying that's a 50-50 fight, but you gotta stay on it, man. I feel like if you lose
Mm-hmm.
concentration like he did against Linares and JoJo, Tank will get him out of there. Tank is a way better finisher. And
I
Dev
don't think
can
he
Yeah.
I
lost
think
focus in that JoJo fight. I think it's just boxing and niggas just get hit.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna
And
take some
and
I don't think
punches.
people really pay attention. Devin's a pure
also,
boxer. JoJo's a pressure fighter. Pressure fighters
I don't know if
always
people
give
keep
pure boxers trouble.
facts. I don't know if
I
people keep
that
ignoring
and
this, but Dev
What do you think is the
Dev
perfect style for Devin to fight? Do you
Well,
think
hold
that
on.
he could?
his
he don't have
style.
We gonna
he
say
don't have to
Banks?
sit in the pocket. He don't have to. What was,
Hold up. Hold up, let me finish real quick. I don't think people realize this, but Dev was trying to get JoJo out of there. He was being the aggressor that fight. So
I don't think he was trying to get him
I
out of there
I disagree
because
with that
they
point.
kept talking about
I can see what
we
you're
want
saying.
a
He
knockout.
was trying to hurt him. He was definitely trying to
you
hurt
know
him.
why I
yeah,
disagree.
Uh
I
huh.
think he was trying to get Linares out of there because he
Yes.
really sat down. And I wish I
Yeah.
could play it. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but there was a sequence in that Linares fight where he really sat down on his punches and he was trying to get him out of there.
I
And
think he
that's
was
what I was
trying
like,
to
yeah, this
hurt
dude ain't it.
JoJo to prove a point. I don't think he was trying to knock JoJo out. I think he was trying to be safe more than anything while proving a
Yeah.
point and trying to exercise his power as the opportunities presented himself. But Linares, he was definitely trying to KO because he had been stopped a bunch of times and he wanted to be the next person to stop him so people wouldn't talk about his power. And that's when he lost
Hmm.
focus and got caught with some shit he wasn't supposed
that's what I was
Haney
saying.
was so comfortable in that JoJo fight that he was even experimenting throwing certain punches.
to.
Like
Exactly.
Yep.
Did you
And the
see
thing is
you
that
seen that D Hive? He was trying to throw that
Talent.
crazy overhand right that he be practicing on the bag.
Yeah,
Because fucking JoJo Diaz was just shelling up the whole time. So you're like, nigga, this nigga shelling up. I might as well try some shit.
That's that
right.
pressure fighter defense. You know, they come in with the
Yeah.
high guard, a lot of head movement.
I think the reality of the situation is that the reason why people aren't eager to fight Devin is because out of all Devin's fights, every single fight, out of all 12 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever that he goes, fighters, professional fighters, analysts, etc., can only point to like 10 seconds per
Seconds.
fight of errors, and they don't have enough information to they don't have enough information, they don't have enough, they can't point out enough weak spots and holes to where they can go on
Yeah.
with any sort of confidence. And I think they know that. Like you can talk about his power, you can talk about his chin, but the truth of the matter is people can't seem to figure him out yet. And I think that's the real trepidation because you're
Because
going
if
in
you
there
ask,
without much ammo. And that's why what Midwest said, what do you think, or no, what I think what Allen said, what do you think what style, is tailor made for Devin? I think all people that fight all styles don't have enough information on Devin to be able to definitively develop a strategy. And I think that's what bothers people. And also, much like Shakur, Devin is a fighter that's actively he's an active fighter. What I mean by that, he makes adjustments. He can make
Yeah.
adjustments to alter his style mid fight, and he doesn't have to come at you in a similar fashion. Like even if you
Yeah.
notice the subtle nuances, he didn't come at Linares. He didn't approach Linares the same way he approached JoJo, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah. I promise you, he would.
exactly, exact
Yeah.
like I was saying, he was really sitting down on his punches against Linares, but
Mhm.
in with JoJo, he was outboxing him, but he wasn't like Laura, like sticking and then circling the ring. He was pivoting and jabbing them and lining them up with the jab with straight right hands up top, straight right hands to the body.
Yeah. I
and the
promise you, he
Perfect,
thing
wouldn't
man.
is,
fight. Go ahead. I
I was
promise you,
just
he wouldn't
And I
fight him.
know, and we all know that Floyd is looking at that dude Haney like, boy, I know I got Tank, but that guy right there, I
Yeah.
taught him a little bit too much.
the thing is that Devin is young. These experiences are great experiences for him now because he's only 23. He's not even hitting his prime yet, and it's
And
good
But
because he
know
got
some of these niggas
caught.
not even gonna make it to their prime. You also got to think about that too. Like
What you
and he's
mean,
Teofimo
bro?
fighting better
Lopez,
Oh
opposition.
yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
He
hearing
gonna have
things like Teofimo Lopez might call it a quits
that's
Good, get him out
because
the way.
he's
Oh,
mentally
nobody
weak. He's
cares.
mentally fragile. He can have
Yeah.
all the skills
because
in the
that man
world. His
got air in
mind
his
ain't there.
lungs.
I was just gonna say that he gonna have some more air in his
You
lungs.
going to
Like,
hell?
just these dudes are pathetic, bro. And not as fighters, but it's just like, come on, like your head gotta be in it. And he was talking
Because
all this big shit,
and,
calling
and
every.
you know what they say, Wilder don't got skill, but Wilder has a skill that you motherfuckers don't have, and that's the skill of having heart and a fucking strong mind. You
You
niggas
Yep.
can't
don't
teach
have
that.
that.
You can't teach
That's a
that.
skill that you. It's a skill that you can't learn in the gym, nigga. You learn that shit at life.
Yeah.
That's why I got so much respect for Wilder because he's just a man.
He's a man.
He's
He's
a
a
real
man's
man.
man.
Yeah, he's what an epitome of what a black man should be.
Yep.
Strong willed, strong minded, got a big heart. You take care of your
Yep.
people and you support your people and you love your people. And that's why these niggas
Exactly.
that always shit on him, they ain't never gonna be in this position. That's why
And
Jermel,
it's not like what I say it
Ain't got
is.
nothing to do
It's
with
not
that, man.
hate
It's
for
boxing.
Wilder. It's really hate for themselves
Exactly.
because
They're
they
gonna
hate
tell
the
you.
fact that somebody can do something like that. They hate that they got to be fake and phony to get by when this nigga keeping it real, making more triple of what
but
You know
they
what
what
they're gonna
they
making.
tell
say,
you? They're gonna tell you they don't like him. It's got nothing to do with that. It's about boxing. It's skills. Like, nigga,
Bro, what
Nick,
skills did Maidana have? All right, like people
bro,
literally like
Nobody
my
liked
dog.
him though. I ain't gonna no nobody liked Maidana
man,
like
when he beat
lead up
AB,
into the
they
Floyd
loved him.
fight.
they loved him
No,
after he beat
they
AB.
only want to
he was
see
an
him
honorary
fight
Mexican
Floyd
after
after
that.
that.
Yeah, he was.
For
Before that
sure.
AB
I
fight,
swear I
nobody
thought he
liked
was
Maidana.
Mexican at first.
He was after AB.
What about all the hype Babbitt getting right now?
What a
Who?
hype!
You said the Hobbit?
What hype?
Alan Babick that fights
He
over
ain't
in
getting no
Ravon.
hype. He's not even gonna be a top fighter. He should
Oh,
probably go
okay.
down to that new ass weight class.
I agree with you, but you
Keep
know,
him no, keep
people.
him up there so he can get starched, and we don't have to hear about his ass no more.
I was gonna say I agree with you, but people are starting to hype Babick up. People
Well,
hyping
they're not
Babick
hyping
up.
him up because he's a great fighter. They're hyping him up because he's entertaining. Most fighters, like, not ever gonna reach the top level. Let's be honest.
But no
Some
Man,
of
one
them's gonna
points.
be like
No
undercard
one.
fighters and shit like that. Like Babbitt, he's not gonna be a top fighter. He's there to
This
be a
Babbitt will
entertaining
get
undercard
starched by
fighter.
Jared Anderson.
this is
Let's talk about
this
it.
is information that we know, but no one is demeaning him for his quote unquote lack of boxing skill, even though he's fucking horrible.
That's because nobody's trying to sell him as a top fighter.
True.
You never see Eddie
Then
Hearn
what is he
mentioning
doing?
the
What is he
heavyweights.
doing boxing?
He's
I
an
was gonna
entertaining undercard fighter,
I was gonna say Wilder had a
like Ted
belt that
Cheeseman.
makes him a top
Like
fighter.
Ted
If he
Cheeseman.
gets to a belt, he's a top fighter. Well, Ted Cheeseman had one of them intercontinental joints, I guess.
Yeah, but they was never trying to put him on the world level. He was just there to entertain people during the undercards.
They only try to put you on the world level when you show some potential, bro. Like,
Yeah, they didn't show no potential. They were just entertaining undercard fighters.
well, Ted Cheeseman was on his way to something until he started getting his ass whooped.
He was never going to get put in them world title fights.
I mean, shit. Well, he didn't make it
They-
past.
they-
He
Niggas
they-
didn't
entitled
make it
they-
past
shot
little
fights on their
continental
second
levels.
fight.
They hype dudes up off world level fighters names,
They
and
haven't
they know these
been
dudes ain't never gonna reach that level. But they'll sell it to you like, oh, he's the next up. He's the next up.
Not, no,
He's
they.
not.
When have you ever seen somebody say, "Oh, I want to see Ted Cheeseman and Charlo"? Never. You've
I
never
guarantee
heard
you,
that
search
shit
it up
before.
on Twitter, you'll see it.
You'd
Somebody's gonna
never
say
see a
it.
motherfucker say that. You never see. I want to see
Because
Bobby
Cheeseman
versus
fight at
Anthony Joshua.
154, right?
Yeah, you never seen no. But
I've seen
motherfuckers don't even know what weight class to fight
motherfuckers.
in.
I've seen motherfuckers talking about some damn Conor Ben, and I don't think he's the goods.
I like kind of Ben.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
trust
Okay.
no
All
fighter
right.
from the UK. I'm not.
He gonna be champion. Please stop fucking
Of what?
texting me.
Oh, yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
shit.
Don't put him in there with boots.
Don't put him in there with anybody decent.
That's
Well,
what
when
I'm
have you ever
saying.
really seen two American prospects fight, or American prospect fight another prospect, top prospect? That's something that really don't happen in America.
That's
Yeah,
what I will
unfortunately.
give Great Britain that they do that. You know, I will
What do
give
y'all
them that
think
they do
about
that.
Keyshawn Davis?
He,
You think he
yeah,
gonna
I've
be
never
the
seen him
next
fight.
up like Terrence Crawford and them?
I never seen him fight.
I gotta see his next fight.
everybody put in a good word for him, so he must be decent.
Yeah.
I've never
He's
seen him
good.
fight.
He's good. He shows a lot of promise, but I think he needs to work on his defensive responsibility and his finishing ability. Sometimes his jab isn't active. Sometimes he can't decide if he wants to engage in a clinch or prevent one from happening. And also, he leaves himself open for counters a lot of the time, especially when it comes from an opponent's.
What weight class he at?
Keyshawn
130,
Davis.
right? He's at 130, right?
205.
Yeah, I think
What's
he's
he
at.
at?
I think he's at super feather right now. Yeah,
Oh, he a pure boxer?
based on what I've seen for the most part. I mean, he
I'm
has
gonna say
mostly.
something y'all ain't gonna like. That
He has
era of
mostly
pure boxing
knockouts.
shit is over with.
No, I don't agree with you. No,
Nah, I'm not
I
even
don't
talking
agree
about
with you.
fighters coming to style. I'm talking about the era of the pure boxers getting the shine is over with. Them fighters not finna fight you if you're a pure boxer. You're not finna get that spotlight if you're a pure boxer.
I see
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
true.
saying.
Look what they're doing to Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez is a heavyweight. They're already saying he's boring.
Well, he is born. That's not
Oh
a
my
lie.
god,
Frank-
fuck that, fuck
He
out of
is
here,
boring.
man. What? No, he's not.
He
He's
is
very
kind
No,
of
he's not.
boring.
He's just
boring.
what you
He's boring.
just what you said. He said that you just said that pure boxers are not going to get the shot anymore, and it's because they're pushing narratives like that. What makes Frank Sanchez boring? He shows exceptional boxing ability for a heavyweight of that size, and he does get knockouts. He just because he didn't knock out fucking Ajagba.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you the difference. Shakur Stevenson's a pure boxer, but he engages. Frank Sanchez don't engage. He
That's
runs around all day.
Frank Sanchez is a natural counter puncher, but he does engage.
No, he does not engage. I watched a lot of his fights. The dude runs around the ring.
Don't say
Throws
that,
punches
man.
like 4
Do
punches in
not
the
say
ring.
that, man.
He's
I get
a-
sick of people saying, "Oh, he does
I'm
is
finna-
run around the ring."
He's a
Come on,
counter
bro.
puncher.
I don't say it about all pure boxers, but if you run around, I'm gonna tell you run around. Dick
He's a
Cuban
count-
style is fucking boring.
They are counter punchers. They're counter punchers.
shit-
That's all I'm saying.
I ain't saying all of them because I like the one at 168. What's his name? Morel.
David Morrell
Yeah,
Jr.
Morrell.
Yeah.
Morrell's the
He's
good.
entertaining for a Cuban fighter, but Ugas is not really entertaining. But if you put him in the right fight, it could be entertaining. What's the other Cuban fighter name? Can't think of his name right now, but he's kind of entertaining. But the rest of them, like Frank Sanchez,
Sanchez, Rigo, Ugas.
Rigo. Ugas,
Rico, see, man, the thing is that they blackballed Rico for so long, man, and they
They
did.
all they always do. They
who
always do.
blackballed him?
After
Motherfucker,
after Rigo
after
after
he,
Rigo after Rigo beat Donaire when he wasn't supposed to, they put that man on the shelf for the longest time. Couldn't get a goddamn fight to save his life until they needed to feed him two weight classes up to Lomachenko to feed his star fucking power.
Which
That
is
was
just
that,
the anniversary of that
that was
fight
on him
too.
though. That was on him though. Nobody wanted to
He
watch him fight.
he took the fight because he was getting starved the fuck out, man.
Yeah,
The niggas
but
got
that was on
bills,
him
so
that
he's like,
nobody
man, fuck
like.
it.
My thing, has anybody ever stopped you from watching a Rigo Docs fight? No.
Have anyone ever stopped
No,
me from watching what?
A Rigo fight?
no.
No
No.
one's ever stopped me.
No. You watch it if you want to. Most people didn't want to watch him fight because he was boring.
that don't mean you put somebody on the
No.
shelf
I'm
though.
I'm saying that for the longest time he wasn't able to secure fights with other people because they didn't want to fight him the same under the same auspices as Frank Sanchez. It's the same thing as what Tyson Fury said for his excuse of originally not wanting to fight Usyk. He said on camera, "I don't want to fight Usyk because Usyk is boring. Usyk is boring and
And
he
he's a
can't sell
foreigner.
anything, and he's a
Well, let's be
foreigner, so
honest.
therefore he's trash."
Is he
Huh?
boring?
Usyk?
Yes. Usyk could be boring.
Usyk,
Fuck
Usyk,
yeah.
Usyk was boring at cruiserweight. At heavyweight is a little bit better situation.
He was boring at heavyweight too. On the inside fight he had was the AJ fight
No, I like the Chisora joint was cool too.
because it's Cesaro.
But Usyk was involved in the fight.
Yeah, I'm saying
Whether
they
Chisora made it exciting or not is not the point. It was a fight that Usyk was in, and it was exciting.
but let's be honest. If you're going for the Super Six, Usyk wouldn't get no title shots.
If it wasn't for the Super Six at Cruiser,
Yeah, he wasn't gonna get no title shot. He wanted the dudes was not gonna fight him because he was
well, yeah.
boring.
I mean, the only reason why I think he got title shots at heavyweight is because he was undisputed at cruiserweight. That's a big damn deal, no matter
Yeah,
where
he
you go.
went up the
So,
WBO route. That's the only reason.
yeah,
And he did it smart. He could have challenged Andy Ruiz for that shit, but he knew, I'd make more money if I challenged AJ when he beat him.
exactly. And Andy Ruiz is a higher risk fight.
To be honest, no, it's not.
No, I think it is when it comes to the style situation because Andy Ruiz is a more compact fighter. He knows how to actually let his hands go on the inside, and
Nah, I'm gonna tell you this. He don't get on the inside on Usyk.
I think he has a little bit more. I think he has a little bit more upper body dexterity than the people he fought at cruiserweight. When you compare him to Gassiev and Breedis,
I think
Also,
Gassiev beats him.
also
you think
Andy.
you think
Andy got
Gassiev
more.
beats Usyk?
Andy.
Oh well, that's not unbelievable.
Andy got more heart than Joshua too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he probably takes
Uh,
and Andy also takes a better punch.
Yeah.
But Gassiev,
I don't know.
I want
Ariel
to see
put him down.
Gassiev do something. Wow, it's after a significant weight loss. I'm talking about the Andy Ruiz that fought fucking AJ. But I need to see Gassiev do something at heavyweight. He keeps pulling out because of injuries or some shit. They should put him in there with Hergovic's ass.
Yeah, but yeah, back to the subject, man. That era of the fucking pure boxing, that shit coming up like to an end, bro.
And I don't think it's because they actually suck to watch. I think it's just because of the narratives that are pushed and people like fans that are fans of other people encourage this shit. They encourage the duckery. Look at what's getting ready to happen to Shakur Stevenson. This man is already struggling to get fights. He just came off one of the biggest dubs of his fucking young career, and he's already struggling to get motherfuckers in the ring. But they're talking about, but you can go fight Lomachenko though. And Lomachenko got no fucking interest right now. And shit, I mean, honestly, for keeping it 100, Lomachenko is like a damn near basically like a pure boxer. I'm not saying the man can't get knockouts, but he's never been shown to have just this amazing cannon-like power.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't call him a pure. To be honest, Lomachenko like a pressure fighter.
Yeah. He's
I
an
would agree he's a
offensive
pressure
fighter.
fighter, but he's marketed for the most part based on his
Yeah.
genius level IQ boxing ability. Me personally, I don't think that Lomachenko has shown any definitive separation outside of when he first came to 126 when it comes to boxing ability. But once he got up to 130 and 135, I'm like, okay, what Lomachenko's doing is cool, but it just seems like, he's just pressing on the inside, getting in body shots because his hands are faster than everyone else, not because he's using this
Fair.
amazing genius level IQ. But that's
To be
how he's
fair,
marketed, though.
To be fair, you watch all his fights. Nobody has been in the ring that's been more skilled than him. They're just the only people that give him issues are people stronger, just bigger than him. That's the only issue he's having, is size.
Yeah, like Linares. Like
Yeah,
he tried to get inside on Linares that one time in the 7th round, I think, and he fucked up and got caught.
yeah. I like Loma. I'm not gonna lie. I like his skills.
I don't mind Loma as a person.
I like Loma too, but
He's never stepped on my
can
shoe
we
or
say
anything.
that right hands is his kryptonite?
Yeah,
Well, nobody perfect and
nobody's
shit like
perfect.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody perfect. Everybody gonna have some
Yeah,
type of
nobody
kryptonite and
perfect,
shit
but
like that.
they expect a way younger Devin Haney to be even more perfect than fucking Lomachenko.
I would.
Devin Haney
I,
is trash,
I
bro.
won't agree. I won't disagree with that. I agree with
He
that.
he gets hit the most, but no one wants to go hit him for money or his belt. He's the most hittable fighter in all of boxing, but no one wants to take a strap. Crazy.
But
I was watching.
I don't like Ellerby, but I agree with him to a point what he said about Devin. Like, yeah, he's good, but nobody wants to pay him that much money. He doesn't even. He's not gonna bring it back. And he's right. He's not
Hey,
gonna
what
bring
he
that
said?
fucking
He
money
said
back.
why? He said it was so damn dark up in
But,
there.
Yeah.
but Hearn will take care. Hearn will take care of Devin's money though.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you want to fight Devin, just send him to the zone. They didn't get you both paid, but a lot of promoters don't want to do that because they're trying to satisfy the network.
No.
Leonard Leonard
What I'm
Ellerby
saying?
talk
Oh
like
god.
that one rich uncle come here talking shit. Nigga
No,
pull up
like
talking about why was it so damn dark up in there? Cause he know he got Tank. You know, I ain't gonna lie. If I was an investor to a fighter like Tank, I would be fucking talking shit about the competition as well. Did you
they
see
do.
that venue, man, with all them stars, boy?
I mean, my
What?
thing is you can't do that if you're not putting your fighter in there with nobody and shit like that.
They
I
That's
called
mean,
the
they,
that.
nigga,
they were
bro.
calling out Keith Thurman, and honestly, this Barrios fight might be setting up Tank Keith Thurman shit late 2022 or some shit because they were
All the
calling out Keith
criticism
Thurman.
Tank get is not because of him. It's because of his promotion team.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
all
because
facts.
Mayweather and
That's
Ellaby
facts.
is goofy as shit. But no, like I was
Shit,
saying,
it don't
they
matter. That's
they
that nigga.
do.
That's in the recipe of making Tank such a star. Cause niggas hate who the fuck he involved with, but they like paying attention though.
But they do and so Tank's competition. It's like when they were calling out. It's like when they were calling out Thurman to get off the bench. Ellaby was like, "Oh, at 147 for Keith Thurman, we'll sign the contract right now because we know Tank will beat his ass." And then now I think with the Barrio situation, they might be trying to set up
They might be
fucking Tank
setting.
versus
You know what
Thurman.
they say, dude? Like Floyd Mayweather said. He said, "Dude, the opponents they feel like beating Tank is like beating me," and that's a good way to market that a fight like that, though.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many ways you can market a Tank fight, dude. Just the Tank versus Mexicans, bro. That's a guaranteed sale, bro.
Yeah,
It is.
I
But they got to start putting Tank in there with legacy defining fights because Tank is going to make the money regardless.
Who gonna be the
You know,
legacy defining fights? Him versus Devin Haney right now for the
Loma.
WBC belt.
him versus Aloma, him versus he can go up to 130, 135, 140 and fight any of them dudes. You know,
I'm gonna tell you where he missed his mark at, where he could have really been a big star. When he was at 130 and he didn't fight Burchell. Burchell from Mexico, and he had a lot of Mexican fans. Fighting Burchell would have really got you that attention you wanted.
I
Yeah,
mean, nigga, bro. Tank is, bro. It's like let's keep it 100, bro. Tank is well known, bro. He's not no dudes. He needs this and needs that. He actually has a lot of fans, bro. And a lot of casuals know who he is, bro.
I know, but knowing who you are and paying for your fight is two different things.
And they paying.
No, they not, bro. That's why I disagree with y'all.
They
Y'all act
paying
like
the live
300 buys
gates.
is a lot.
They paying live
That is
gates.
not
in
a
this
lot.
market, it is. In this market, you act
It's
Live
like
not,
gates,
dudes.
bro.
yeah.
Dudes are not
This is why I would
dudes.
disagree with you. It's not because we
Listen,
seen fights in this era do 800 buys, a million buys, and shit like that. So for me to hype up 300 and 200 and 100K, I can't do it.
Bro,
Well,
for Tank
I'm
dude,
not
to
gonna
for
say
Tank to be 26,
well,
fucking bringing in
listen to
more
this.
money in live gates than what Canelo?
I'm not
No, you
gonna
don't.
say
What the hell are you talking
Listen,
about?
I'm not gonna
listen to
say
this.
that 300 or 250 pay-per-views is gonna be particularly like earth-shattering or record-breaking numbers because they're not. But also, I am gonna say is that when you're comparing two different people's in their careers and when you're looking at statistics, you can't go ahead and take the top of the outliers and say, well, if you're not performing like this, then you ain't shit. It's like,
My
come
thing,
on
now,
now.
I could agree with that, but if you're not performing like that, stop calling yourself a superstar. You're not a
Well,
superstar or
Well,
a
the
pay per
thing
view
is that
attraction.
these dudes are not gonna get Mayweather numbers in this climate.
I'm not
These
even
people,
asking for Mayweather numbers.
I
Give me
know,
fucking
but it's
Wilder
just like
Fury numbers.
they
They
That's true.
can if
Wilder
you get the
Fury
right
numbers are bigger
right.
than Canelo numbers, bro. So you're talking about
No,
Yes,
it's
800,000.
not.
yes,
Yeah,
they
no,
do.
Canelo
Wilder
fucking touched
Wilder Fury
millions, bro. What are you talking about?
Wilder Fury 3 did over 800.
So
100.
what fight you think did better? Wilder
They did.
versus Fury 1 or Danny Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez?
They don't release those numbers
That's two
anyway.
different. That's two
Boy,
different
that's
They
things.
two
don't
different.
release
Nah,
those
nigga,
numbers,
Hey,
that's
man.
two different.
if
Nothing,
Ryan
nigga.
Garcia gets on a run, you tell me that Ryan Garcia and Tank can't do more than Canelo and Plant.
If they get
No,
3 fights in, they probably if they did a trilogy, they probably
no.
could.
I would say that. I know y'all hype up, but like a lot of people like to hype up Ryan Garcia like he's a draw, but he's never
No,
proven that.
no,
He's
no,
never
No,
not
his
proven he's a
no
draw.
his
not
I
boxing
agree
not
number,
with
Ryan.
Midwest.
dude.
No,
But we're going off of social media, and you can't say we can because Jake Paul wasn't a boxing draw until he fucking was.
But my thing is, we wasn't we knew he was gonna be a draw before he got into the real boxing because he did a YouTube boxing and sold a million fucking pay-per-views on YouTube.
But that's what I'm saying because he built
Yeah.
that off of social media. They both did.
Bro,
So if we
Jake
take if we
Paul's
take
such a
take it,
draw. I have one of my clients who bought a shirt, fucking asking me, "Damn, is my shirt gonna be here? I need to go to the Jake Paul fight wearing some merch." I'm like, "Oh, damn, I didn't know it was that serious." Nah, for real, I'm not joking.
Nah, he
Dead
not
ass.
lying, bro. Them little like the motherfuckers like 23 and younger,
the
they
fucking teeny
love that shit.
boppers, the teeny
Yeah,
boppers.
Don't put me in.
they
I'm
they they
21.
know who that nigga Jake Paul is. Like, I got a little cousin right now. He's 12 years old. This nigga know who Ryan Garcia is. Don't know no other boxer, but he know Ryan Garcia.
Because all that nigga do is sit on social media all day talk about he'll fight this dude, he'll fight this dude. Man, get your ass in the ring, fight somebody.
Yeah, see,
That's what. That's what.
Wilder v Fury 2 generated between 800 and 850 according to official reportings based on estimates, and then Wilder v Fury 3, I'm trying to figure out.
Did 6.
Well, domestic, but international. I think there was an additional 3. Yeah, there was 300 overseas. Those 300 overseas buys. So if you count domestic and international overseas, that's about. So they outdid Canelo on that one, but yeah, man, no, like I think that once you start hitting the 3 to 400, at least domestic, as far as recognition level, we're not gonna say you're some superstar, but you're definitely a national level draw that's worth it for anybody in boxing at the time. No matter your star status. When you start saying, oh, the outlier, once every 5 years mega fights, that's what everyone should be doing. It's like, well, then what kind of boxing market will we be looking at if everybody that's notable was doing those kind of numbers? Like, I don't
And
expect
think about
fucking
this:
Charlo
by
and
the way,
Lubin to be doing Canelo numbers. Like,
yeah.
come on.
if
By the way, I was referring to like
I
if
was just gonna
Ryan.
say,
Uh,
uh,
Go ahead, Alan.
I was gonna say you can say that, but Canelo fought Mayweather. That boosted whatever he was gonna get. If Spence would have fought
yeah,
Mayweather, don't you think he would have been doing a little bit more, doing the same numbers as Canelo?
true.
That loss boosted him. You know, that was something that Spence would
What
have
you think,
won it.
Floyd?
Thurman would have won it. Thurman was trying to get that fight.
Yeah.
He built his whole thing is built off a loss to Floyd Mayweather. So
I would have to disagree just a tad bit. Canelo came into that fight with his own Mexican fans.
that's true. That is true, man. That is true.
Yeah, he was
But
marketed off the guy that could finally beat Mayweather. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Mayweather been cherry picking his whole career. Finally, someone that beats Mayweather." And then when he went
Dude,
in
the,
there and looked
the
like
title for
shit,
the fight was called The One.
yeah. And then when he went in there and looked like shit, they said, "Oh man, Canelo's too young. He cherry picked his ass." I'm like,
He
wait, what
was a
the fuck?
baby, man. He was just a baby.
He hadn't got past puberty yet. He hadn't even been circumcised. You gonna
That
try to
nigga was a
fight him?
baby with fucking as many fights as Wilder, bro.
he had 40 pro fights and he was a champion.
Breath smell like Similac.
Like,
That's
what
why I
the
have to
fuck, bro?
I hate when I see people talking about, oh, he was not in prime, he was too young. I think he was a fucking reigning champion, not just a champion. He was a champion with title defenses under his
40
motherfucking
plus
belt.
fights.
Okay, so rather you think he was in prime or not, the motherfucker was a reigning champion. So that's a good win for fucking Floyd. But I would have to agree that I don't think he was in prime. I think Canelo just hit his prime, to be honest.
It is
Still the
prime.
same
And
fighter.
he
He's still
fighting
flat-footed.
Macabooty, nigga.
Back a booty.
Damn, that's sad. It just make Canelo look bad because So how you go from fighting Floyd Mayweather while you were green
Macabre.
to fighting Macaboo in your prime? Damn.
Ain't that some shit? When
How
they
that
having that
working?
meeting, because Floyd
I'm
and
gonna
Canelo
post
gonna
that
be
shit
there.
tomorrow on Twitter. Them niggas
When
gonna be
you
mad as fuck.
this is why people. This is why often when I have complex plans, I like to say them out loud to see if they sound stupid. You gotta say some of this shit out loud sometimes. It's just like, look at how it sounds. This nigga went from fighting Floyd Mayweather before he passed puberty to fucking Pumbaa from Lion King in his damn prime. Nigga.
I'm dead.
And the thing is that this dude is getting held. He's held to a stand. He's held to a sort of acclaim, but the standards that he's actually fighting at, you know, it's not the same. You know, I saw a tweet. It said if Floyd fought Charlo and Andrade, and then whatever, it would it be better than him fighting Liam, Billy Joe Saunders, and Plant? It was it was Charlo, Andrade, and Billy Joe Saunders. Shout out to Cobra Fay. That's my guy. And I just told him like if he fought, you know, Charlo, Andrade, Benavidez, he can beat all those dudes. I've been saying that, and
Yeah,
he
And
beat him.
and it's,
I
That
give
would
him
be
credit for
better.
that.
Yeah, and
What'd you
Plant's a
say,
good
Duke?
win. Plant's a good win, but like those are fights that will
People
sell
want to see it.
and people want to see.
I
I've never.
disagree. I disagree with the Charlo thing. One, we seen with him on pay per view. I really get. I hate when people say, "Oh, that fight to sell for Canelo." No, it won't.
And
Dude
he
couldn't even
still
sell it
in
Yes,
to
it
pay per
Texas.
will.
view.
Hey,
Let me tell
In
you
No,
why.
he
Texas,
hey,
he
what,
fought
what
it.
will
He
be
fought it in
what will
Texas
be
on
a
pay per
better
view.
win on your legacy?
but no, wait, hold on.
One second. Listen to this question real quick. What would be a better win on your legacy to brag about? Floyd beating Canelo or Canelo beating Charlo or Benavidez?
Canelo beating GGG.
you
What?
know, but people thing is that that's not a definitive win in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah,
You
that's a
can say
question.
concrete that oh he beat Charlo. You know, Charlo thought he was that dude,
I'm
and all
just
these
saying,
dudes
if
saying
Canelo beat, if was to beat Charlo, like stop him, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like, damn, bro.
You gotta give him
I
credit
ain't
for
gonna
that.
lie. I can't really say
exactly.
shit about
But I think
Canelo
I give
right
him credit
now.
for like one. I don't see why he get all the hate. Every division he been in, he's fought the top dude in the division.
Oh my God, no, he hasn't.
Wait, but
He
Yes, he
won.
has. He
hold
For
on.
fought
one, he
Floyd
did.
Mayweather. He
Mi-
fought
Okay,
Cotto, top dude at 154.
he
He
was
fucking
not top
fought
dude.
Lara,
He was
top dude at
finished by that
154.
point.
He fought GGG, top dude at 160. He cleaned out 168. Like he went up to 175. Kovalev to top dude,
So
fought
we gonna
him.
Why
pretend
he ain't
like
clean
this
out
But hold on,
160?
160.
hold on. Let Midwest. Okay, I agree with what you just said right now as far as the top guy, except for maybe 168 because BoxRec currently got him on the top of 175 right now. We all know that's bullshit. But what you said about Charlo on pay-per-view numbers, okay. So when he went on his 168 run, and let's include Rocky Fielding in that run, even though he wasn't in sequential order, what would them pay-per-views doing for them other people?
For who?
For the people he fought on 168 that were the massive draws.
I don't know.
Now, all right, that's
But
all I'm
my
trying to
thing
say.
is, I'm not a Canelo fan that say he shouldn't fight. Like one thing I hate about fans, I hate when they use the word deserve. Oh, he doesn't deserve the fight. Like let's stop. Let's get that out of the fucking vocabulary when we talking about boxing. Because if we're gonna use deserve, all right, the only motherfuckers who deserve fucking fights is Mandos.
Can I
No,
ask
no,
you a
I
question?
wasn't accusing. No, I wasn't. No, you know what I'm saying.
No,
I
I ain't
wasn't.
saying you was. I just hate when I see that shit. Like, oh, he don't deserve Canelo. Like, no, okay, this. All right, nobody
No,
deserves Canelo fight except it's fucking Mandos then.
Can I
no,
ask bro a
absolutely,
question real
absolutely.
quick?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why wasn't Canelo eager to go up to 168 when David Benavidez was the belt holder?
Well, y'all, like I think a lot of I call it the pandemic effect. A lot of people forget about what happened before the pandemic and shit like that. He was trying to go to 168. You remember the first dude he called it at 168? Plant.
Who?
Plant, yeah.
He called Plant out at 168. He was saying, I want to get out of belts at 168. He called Plant out. Benavidez was still a fucking champion.
I just think it was convenient.
No,
It
I
was
want to
convenient
convince.
to
It ain't.
make.
I'm not gonna blame Canelo because David Benavidez is undisciplined.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean,
No,
he wasn't trying to be undisputed at 160 or 154 for whatever reason.
and but the thing is, we also have to put in context. We also have to put in context. Canelo said the same exact thing. He wanted to be undisputed at 160 and didn't do it because there was one guy there, but he fought two other people in the division. There's no other reason why we should have assumed that he wouldn't have done the same exact thing at 168. And we all know why he turned down the plan fight in the beginning. It was because he had a $75 million 3-fight deal that included two other people that he did not want to fucking fight. And so Midwest, I agree with what you're saying up to a point, but we also have to understand that I'm not in the business of believing people who are consistently lying to me, because he said the exact same thing at middleweight and it didn't fucking happen. So I'm assuming that he would have went up there. He would have went up there, fought the people he wanted to fight, and then go, I'm Canelo. I have nothing to prove, so let me go somewhere else.
Right.
Facts.
Well, you got to remember what
Canelo
happened in
said he
middleweight.
wanted
I think a lot of people. You said what?
He said he wanted Cuatro Titulos, and Andrade was the last dude.
Well,
Regardless
you got to
of
remember what happened
whatever.
before that.
Y'all are on the
After he
same
beat
network.
GGG,
What happened?
after he beat GGG, he got immediately stripped of the IBF because.
Well, we all know why that happened, bro.
Yeah, he got immediately stripped of the IBF because Golden Boy he make that fucking fight with what's his name, Derevchenko.
That's not
So
why.
that was the Mando at the time, Derevchenko.
Yeah, but when two parties can't come to an agreement as far as a mandatory go, it's supposed to immediately go to purse bid. They stalled negotiations so Canelo could be stripped.
Well, yeah, I can't blame on Canelo and shit. But my thing is, after that,
God.
he fought Jacobs. He fought Jacobs for the fucking IBF and stuff like that. Immediately after he fought Jacobs, they took his fucking WBC belt. So he moved up to 168.
No, they didn't take it. You mean he requested a franchise championship belt so he could have special mandatory privileges?
I love the way how you just skipped over that.
Yeah, it's like they took it from like no.
You know what's crazy? After that shit, I've never seen him like bring up because he could have did that Teofimo Lopez shit at 168 if he really wanted to. He didn't have to fight Billy. What's his name? Callum Smith for the WBC.
Yeah,
he could have just fought him for that one belt and like pretended like the fucking franchise was a belt and shit like that.
They put that in with that belt. They put the WBC in with that. He wasn't gonna fight. He was only gonna fight for with the WBA or whatever.
Nah, the WBC.
Wasn't that what Callum Smith had?
You remember when
I think he had the ring title.
I don't think many people remember that situation like that, but David what was the last fight he had before he got stripped? I can't remember the dude's name.
Benavidez, you talking about?
Was it Porky Mandina?
Or was it Angulo?
Angulo, yeah. He had Angulo. And next up, he was supposed to fight Yildirim. That was going to be his next Mando, Yildirim. At the same time, Yildirim was trying to fight him. Callum Smith was trying to petition WBC to let him be Mando because he had the WBC Diamond belt. He wanted to be Mando for fucking David Benavidez. David Benavidez ended up getting stripped. That's how Callum Smith got in conversation because he had the WBC Diamond. And then they just brought Canelo name into the fucking conversation.
No, I remember that. That was the justification. That was the justification they used to have Yildirim as a mandatory. But the point of it is that Canelo at that point, because the WBC Council had to approve the mandatory and the franchise championship belt gives you special privileges to all WBC mandatories at all weight classes, he could have effectively chosen whoever he wants, sort of in a similar fashion to how Deontay Wilder chose to fight Tyson Fury. He could have easily chose to fight Benavidez over the belt, but instead he picked Yildirim, basically coming off of a loss because
he couldn't pick Benavidez. Remember, Benavidez was suspended.
Oh, right. Technically,
he was picking out the rankings and shit too.
Right. Yeah, he was suspended over that shit. But my point is that he could have picked someone that was not Yildirim that would have actually done something. But
Yildirim, there was only three options. Canelo, Yildirim, Smith.
But no. I mean, as far as having an actual title defense for the WBC.
Nah, that was a Mando. Yildirim was a Mando.
That's what I mean. It was a Mando that had to be voted on and approved by the council and the WBC.
That Mando
Yildirim was just number one.
No.
He wasn't the mandatory.
No, he was the Mando. Yildirim was a Mando. Even if
he was number one.
If Benavidez never gets flipped, Yildirim was gonna be his Mando.
I understand. I understand that, but
so
Yildirim
he was
also,
always gonna be in that conversation.
I understand that, but Yildirim also was coming off of a loss.
I know, but he was only Mando because of fucking David Benavidez's team petitioned for him to be Mando.
No, he was only Mando because the WBC said so. As far for Canelo's first 168 WBC.
I don't think see, y'all be forgetting what happened. Canelo was always going to 168. Benavidez was trying to clear up his schedule for the year. He already satisfied the Mando. He was trying to satisfy another Mando so he'd be clear to get the Canelo fight. But he lost the fucking belt, and that's how Eugene got in position.
No, I understand that. What I am saying is that given his status as the franchise champion and the fact that the WBC had to approve it, 32 to whatever the fuck vote for Yildirim to even continue because he was coming off of a loss and therefore should have lost his position in the rankings after the said loss, they had the option to go with other people. And the only reason why the options were limited the way they were is because the WBC it needed to give him a title defense, and also they wanted the whole Smith to make the whole Smith unification deal make sense, as opposed to him fighting over a vacant.
Well, it's still a vacant and shit like that.
How did Yildirim? How did he earn Mando? Like, what did he do to get that?
David Benavidez requested it.
But
Yeah, and then when David
Suleiman-
Benavidez got stripped, and then when Yildirim lost, the ranking should have reset like they did with fucking Benavidez.
I remember Suleiman, whatever his name is, specifically say Canelo requested that.
Yeah,
And it's really,
Yeah,
and it's really like shady how you see how close Suleiman is with Canelo, and you know him and what's his name, African dude, Akuna Matata, on stage being all chummy and friendly and shit. Like this dude Canelo just shady all the way around, bro. Like I don't trust nothing he do. That's just my opinion.
yeah, mine's like he's a good fighter, but let's be real.
Yeah.
He ain't fighting none of the dudes that we want to see him fight. I don't care what you say, Midwest. I don't got no beef, but it's just like those are the fights that we wanted to see. If another fighter was doing the same thing, y'all shit on him.
Right.
I'm not saying that shit. There are not other fighters doing that, what Canelo's doing, or similar, but he's getting passes for it. While
Keep
other
the same
dudes,
energy.
Wilder
I
tried to fight
would slightly
AJ.
disagree because people wanted him to fight Floyd. He fought Floyd. They wanted him to fight Cotto. He fought Cotto. They wanted him to fight Lara. He didn't have to fight Lara. Lara
I'm not
wasn't a
talking
Mando.
about that. I'm not
You
talking
bro
about
asked him
that.
to fight Cotto?
He fought
He's like
Lara. I'm just
50 years
saying
old.
he fought fights that people wanted to fight. Everybody in the world wanted him to fight.
How old is
his
Floyd?
fans
Well, this is the
wanted
thing
him to
is
fight
that
Floyd because they thought he could beat him, but the rest
I
of
know,
the
but
the
yeah,
rest of that shit.
everybody wanted him to fight
but that
GGG. He fought GGG.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, they did.
yeah,
Everybody wanted him to fight GGG.
Not shit. Not me personally. I knew I was gonna say
Yeah, everybody wanted him to fight GGG.
I'm
He wanted
talking
to fight
about
GGG
Charlo,
after he saw
Andrade.
Jacobs do good
The
against
difference
him.
is that these dudes don't want. They dudes made all these excuses. I had tons of dudes in my inbox trying to, just bothering me about it. Like, dude, go somewhere. It's just like those are the
Let me ask you
fights.
this.
If you look
Let
at
me
it,
ask you this,
him
Midwest.
fighting those fights, and then him fighting the fights that he fought, those are the fights that cement his legacy. Being undisputed
Yeah.
at 160 is better than being undisputed at 168. With the crop of fighters that they had at 160, yes, it is.
Yep.
I'm gonna just say that, you know,
I think
and
Undisputed is
it,
undisputed.
wait, what?
it is,
Yeah.
but you can fight a bunch of nobodies for undisputed. And I'm not saying those dudes at 168 were nobodies, but let's be real, 160 was deeper.
Ain't nobody going to Hall of Fame anytime soon at 168 from Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, or whatever the dude's name is.
Oh, well, let's be honest. The only motherfucker going Hall of Fame for 160 is GGG.
I
Yeah,
think
I was just
Charlo
gonna.
is
I agree
that.
with
No,
Midwest.
hell
Man,
no.
what are the
Hell no.
odds of all the champions at 168 being from European descent?
If Triple G managed to get into the Hall of Fame off this bullshit, he been wow. I swear to God,
Hey, y'all,
Nigga, they already said he better than Roy Jones Jr.
I swear.
Roy Jones
It's
would
funny.
beat the shit out of Bumlumpkin.
It's funny because motherfuckers gotta Google who. I mean, I remember, but most motherfuckers I bet gotta Google who Triple G got his first legitimate WBA super strap from, and that motherfucker ain't gonna be in the Hall of shit. So it's just
He
like,
had
bro.
23. Gee, come on, guys. Bumlumpkin had 23 title defenses.
Oh yeah,
GGG
with
You
the
know,
best winner.
with the WBA
with
Reggie and the
secondary
IBO
titles.
belts. Yep.
Was he ever the WBC champion ever?
What's his
I don't
best
think
win?
so.
I don't know.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was. He only belt he didn't grab was the
Because I
WBO.
know
Billy Joe
Charlo was
Saunders.
the mandatory for WBC for for
It was
Triple G?
He was
He was
he had
WBC, IBF,
he
and
got the WBC off.
LBA.
I think he got the WBC. He got the interim from Dominic Wade, and then he got the WBC off Kell Brook, I believe.
No, he got the WBC from Jacobs.
Well, because he fought Jacobs after Kell Brook, and then because he had the interim, title off of was it Marco Antonio Rubio?
Yeah, he got the other one from Lemieux, right?
And just listen to the
No,
motherfuckers y'all
Lemieux's at the
listen
IBF.
to the names of these dudes. This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Get him out of boxing.
he definitely should be
Get him out of here, man.
Hall of Fame
This is ridiculous.
is some straight bullshit.
For
will
what?
he get it? Will he get it? Sure, but does he deserve it? Doubtful.
Put Wilder in the Hall of Fame. Well, I believe Wilder is going to the Hall of Fame.
If
But
I
Triple
don't think
G,
so.
if Triple G get in the Hall of
but if
Fame, then
Triple G gets
fucking
in, then
Jermell
Wilder
Charlo deserves to be there
definitely
too.
can.
His dumbass.
For doing what?
It's just like,
Basically the same thing Triple G is doing. You're
No, he
talking
didn't.
about
but
you're
better
talking about.
What
opposition.
division was Charlo unified at?
I said Jermell.
Oh yeah,
Jim,
I think so. Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was about to say I'm talking
yeah.
about Charlo Jr. He's going up against he's going up against the opposition in his division, unifying 3 out of the 4 belts, and damn near about to get up.
Better opposition.
I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
he will get into Hall of Fame.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure we're consistent on that. I'm not talking about Charlo Senior or fucking I call him Whopper and Whopper Jr. I'm not talking about Whopper.
I'm done with Maul, man. I'm done with that dude, man. The dude
Wait,
is
Maul?
ridiculous.
What Maul do? Jamel's the one that be cutting up.
I think it's
I'm
about
done.
the opposition he fights.
It's that, and then he was like, "Oh, why I gotta fight this guy? I'm rich. I don't gotta." And then
No,
retire, motherfucker.
no.
Get out of here.
He's right about not fighting Benavidez. He should never call him out.
Yeah,
He
that
has
was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Benavidez has no value.
Exactly, and
I
like
think
that's a
that
dangerous
too, but
fight
it's like
that he won't really gain.
I've called for. Hey, Bunk. I called for. I mean, my bad. Banks. I called for.
No.
I called for a fucking Triple G. I called for Canelo and all these dudes. It's time to fight Andrade. If Bum Lunkin don't want to fight you, you can get out the division. It's time to fight Andrade. I know they had that beef, and that's one of the reasons I was like, okay, I can see why he wouldn't fight him. But you gotta let that go. This man is a champion. He brings something to the table. You can beat his ass for all that stuff he did to your brother. You know what I'm saying? And you can be closer to being undisputed. If get Murata out of here. Get Murata out of here, man. Get him out of here, man. He ain't nobody.
He's close to like solidifying his legacy as a Hall of Fame fighter. He just needs a couple more like big wins.
Jamal Charlo?
Yes. If
Oh
Charlo
shit!
if he gets the Andrade win, and let's say he gets the Canelo win, you put that man in the Hall of Fame.
We ain't gonna fight no damn Canelo at this point. It would have happened already. And honestly, at this point,
he gets knocked the fuck out.
And that
maybe, but
I think so.
He gonna take the Canelo fight.
I think he on coke.
Nobody gonna turn down the Canelo fight.
That's irrelevant.
I think at this point
what the fuck?
At this point, I think Maul is too much of a fan. I think he's trying to get that audience. He don't want to be rowdy no more. He don't want that. He don't got that same energy, man. It's just
He
like
got that fire in him.
Canelo's a legend. Canelo, man, why are you talking about this dude? Like this man didn't want to fight you. This man ducked you. He didn't want to fight you.
Mel said that.
No, Maul said. I think Maul said it too.
Well, they was both sucking dick. It's just that Maul stopped first.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro. Like
How
they were two of my favorite fighters.
Yeah. How y'all feel about Money Brown TV? I feel like he be kissing the Mexicans' ass in order to get views, but I could be wrong.
You said who?
I mean, that's a lot of different people. So I watched maybe like 5 minutes of one of his lives, and it wasn't my cup of tea, especially the way he constantly like talks. But that's just me. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't.
I have no idea who y'all talking about.
Money
Okay, that's probably a good thing.
I don't want to start no beef with no other channels. I don't want to start. Money's cool.
Right.
But I don't want to start no beef with no other channels. You know, that's
Right.
money.
I don't know.
Money
Let's not
streams.
talk about other people's channel on my channel. Fuck them channels.
I ain't gonna lie to
That's
y'all.
his thing.
I
You know
don't
that.
watch none of them niggas y'all brought up today.
Right.
You
I
don't
don't
watch
know them
78?
niggas.
Nah,
I watched 78. Shout out
I
to
don't watch
that mirror of
78.
me.
Who,
Shout
who
out
you who? Oh
7-8. Shout out
well,
7-8.
never. You can just put it in the back chat, Midwest. Who you be watching?
Oh,
Ring
them,
IQ.
yeah, I like Ring IQ. I
Oh my
like
Hell
fuck!
Bro, get
no.
out
Oh
of here,
my
bro.
god.
Get out of here,
This
man.
man in the
Jesus
chat.
What's y'all
Christ!
beef
This
with
man in the
IQ?
Come on,
chat.
man.
Y'all like him?
No.
He
He's a
basically
fucking
takes the
clown.
same. He's one of the people we were talking about earlier. He's one of the people that basically just uses Crawford as a fucking buffer for general anti-blackness. That's basically it. He's
Right.
fucking down on everybody
Hey,
else.
hey, I hope y'all know Haki be trolling the hell out of y'all.
I know.
I like
But I know
T
he.
Street.
I know he fucks with Ring IQ though. I know he fucks with him.
Oh yeah, I've been fucking with him since the
I,
Facebook days. I mean before he had his YouTube.
Yeah, it's cool.
I
I
can't
you
rock with
know
none of them dudes, man. They too much like them motherfuckers. You know them the Cappingers of the world and the
yeah.
Kims and that
Ring
other
I
weird motherfuckers.
Ring IQ to me is a budget punch drunk. Like I didn't even know Ring IQ existed until 6 months ago. No cap. Like I had no idea who the fuck the dude even was. Like I knew about all the other channels and stuff, but I didn't even know who the fuck this guy was. And the first thing popped up on YouTube when I had to search him because he was bothering me on Twitter was fucking Ring IQ racist and then Ring IQ art man. Those are the first options that popped up, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, so even YouTube's got this dude fucking pegged.
Yep.
The thing is that I don't go nowhere where I don't want to be. So you ain't never gonna see me on them dudes' channels.
Yeah,
So all these
that
dudes
dude's
that come
weird.
over here and talk about, oh, you're this and you're that. You don't have to be over here. We didn't ask you to come here. Go over there. And that's
Yeah,
the
I see
problem
what y'all
with these
saying, but
dudes. They go
I
play.
go where I like certain boxing. I like the lower weights. I like watching those fights. A lot of YouTubers don't cover those fights. I like women's boxing. Only one or two YouTubers I know cover women boxing and shit like that. So I go with where they cover shit I like to watch.
No, we're not talking about you as based on what you consume. We're just talking
No,
about
I'm just
person
saying that
choice.
like all them channels I like and shit like even on Twitter, like I don't get no updates from like none of the huge journalists and shit like that on like the lower weights or the women's boxing and shit like that. Like, I gotta go to YouTubers to get that fucking information
Yeah,
and
you
shit
ain't
like
gonna
that.
get them lower weight classes from me on my
Yeah,
channel. Cause
yeah.
I like
And then like
Innoweight.
fuck a lot of them.
He
Well,
said,
you
"Fuck
know,
all your
I
raw
like the
and
lower
weight."
weights. I just follow them myself. Like I like some of the lower weights, but I just follow myself. Like I make sure and watch their fights, and then I'll do my own little research about them. But I don't expect that from any major YouTube coverage and shit.
some of the dudes
Speaking
on
of,
Twitter that I rock with, they speak on them, and I like Innoweight. I rock with Fulton, so I watch their fights. That's it.
what
Yeah, like
YouTubers y'all fuck
Fulton.
with?
Julio Cesar Martinez. Well, off the top, Art Man. Gotta say Art Man. And then I mess with 78 Trill Talk,
Never
Knockout
heard of
TV is cool.
never heard of that one.
I don't
Southern
like
T.
how I don't like how they be hating on Tank on that channel though.
Which one?
Something.
On Trail Talk. Well, they don't be hating
Well,
on Tank. They just don't like Floyd. So I guess
yeah,
that's
exactly. They don't like Floyd and Ellerby. That's
yeah.
it. They
Well, I
think that
rock with
Tank.
I was just gonna say I rock with Champ Side. Art.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out
Champ
to my
Side. Who
nigga
was
Champ
that?
Side.
I
That's my
heard that
nigga.
before Champ Side. I heard that.
Yeah, Champ
Press
Side's
one.
cool.
Press
Shit.
one. Hey,
First
y'all
one,
saw how
yeah.
Champ Side was getting into it with Marcus Villegas, whatever his name is.
He got like a
I do
fight,
not fuck with him at all.
like
Fuck
Yeah,
him.
he like throwing
Champ
hands.
Side was not. They were getting
No,
into it like
Marcus Vallejos.
No, that's what I
yeah.
mean. Like was
I
Champ
didn't
Side
see that.
fighting him, like throwing hands with him?
What happened, Dirk?
No.
What happened?
Uh, I guess he was like in his way or whatever, and like Marcus was like letting him know about it, and like Champ Side basically say, "Fuck you, I was here first."
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah, the
Cause
Champ
Champ
Side,
Side been going
he
to a
be
lot
my
of these
nigga.
events lately. Like he been getting one-on-one interviews with Eddie Hearn and shit. I'm like, God damn, this man got some pull.
And Eddie Hearn, and he be exposing that stuff too. That Eddie Hearn be talking too, and that's why, I rock with him, because he was one of the first dudes to be on that Andrade stuff with Canelo,
Yo,
and I rock with BFTB. Southern T, that's family.
yeah.
I go on Ricky. Shout out to Ricky Williams. That's my guy. Ricky
Yeah,
Williams.
Rick Williams too.
Who else? And these are all stand up dudes, man. You might not like them, but
Blue
They
blood.
first of all they are people, blue blood, and they stand on integrity.
Yeah,
You know who else? I'm trying to think. Knockout. You said knockout. You know, I
yeah, I like
mean
knockout.
everything.
Contender regime.
I don't like blue blood.
Oh
How
damn, you
y'all
don't like
feel?
blue blood?
I don't. I had got on it. It's like 3 years ago. He was doing a live, and he was on there
Uh,
giving misinformation. And to be honest, I don't know if he was doing it on purpose. I think he just wanted informed
Blue blood.
correctly.
Blue blood similar to me. He be like
So I told
Filipino
him, and he
superstar
blocked
Manny
me. Oh, wow,
Pacquiao.
this nigga's a punk.
Wait,
I don't
what
like
you
blue blood. I don't
what
like
what what was he saying that was misinformation?
he was saying AJ offered Ortiz step aside money.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm like,
cap.
that's not true. I'm
Yeah,
like, that ain't true, bro. And who was
yeah.
the what's that other one? Dante. I
Dante
don't even know if that
Boxing
nigga make
Nation.
videos anymore.
No, he does. I like Donald's Boxing Nation.
I love Dante.
Yeah, you know who? That's who I fuck with the most. Probably
Yeah.
Dante. His ass.
He introduced me to the LDBC and all that stuff
Who?
before all this. I was
Another
watching
nigga I
boxing.
don't like. It's only like a three of them. I don't. Aki. I don't like that dude.
What
Yeah,
what
I don't say I dislike Aki. I just don't listen to him.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, I don't listen to Aki debate people because sometimes he's not the strongest in that area, but that's a skill in and of itself. But what misinformation does he be bringing to the table?
Well, he doesn't bring any new information. That's my thing. When you could get on, when all of your videos are just get based on the same subjects, like it gets boring and shit. Like where your variety at? Like you don't hear him
Oh,
talk about
so
nothing really.
right,
And then
he's just a general news coverage.
yeah, then he kind of like culture vulture to me, but that's another subject and shit.
Uh-oh.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too
Yeah, I
much,
can
but you
say, yeah,
know.
I can see on that.
He's like
Yeah,
he
that's
an
a
Arab or
little.
something? What is he?
I'm lying. Oh, y'all talk. I know who 78 is. That's the bald nigga, right?
That
Yeah,
nigga
Yeah,
yeah.
I
funny.
do.
that's
I
what I
do. I
He
said.
watch.
funny as hell.
Okay, yeah, I watch his videos. I'm thinking y'all talking about the other nigga. I can't
There's
think of
only
his
one
name right
dude
now.
named 78 though.
I know, but in my head, I had the little short nigga who like he don't ever do shit besides argue and shit like that.
I
And he
don't
don't
know
How
even be
y'all
who
making
feel?
no good point. I
I don't
can't
know
How
think
who
y'all
of
the
his
feel
fuck
name.
that
about?
is.
How y'all feel about contender regime?
Oh, I don't watch
I
them,
haven't. I don't think I've ever watched the video. I know who that person is, but I don't think I've ever really watched the video of theirs.
and I know
Uh,
who it is because he be on the other channel. I just don't watch his videos. No disrespect.
he's solid. Yeah, he's solid. I should tune in.
I'll have to check him out.
Y'all
Uh,
know my 168 sleeper Chris Mbeli fights this weekend. I know K Rod said he wasn't shit, but I'm if it
That's
I
the
depends on
don't
dude.
how
know who that is,
Is,
Dion.
is that
You
the
gotta
dude with
put
the
me on
Let's
to
see what
blonde?
the
him.
chat talking about.
Is that the dude with the
the
blonde?
no. He's an African. He's a Ghanaian from France. He
Yo,
speaks
Oh,
French.
this little
Uh
asshole.
huh.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
y'all,
he,
y'all in the
What
chat, man.
color is his
What
hair?
YouTubers y'all watch?
are you sure
but
D Hive? Because the last nigga you was talking about got fucked up.
wait,
Trap
who?
Media. I heard of Trap Media. I
That
seen
nigga
him
on
on
the
there.
What's good, Trap?
Teofimo Lopez undercard.
Oh shit.
Wait, which person was I high on that got fucked up? Oh, you mean fucking Fuzili?
Yeah, some dude. I don't know his name.
Hey,
I
bro, why
wasn't
is your name Mayflower? That shit is racist.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
know
super
that,
high
man.
on
They
Fuz.
come in here with these weird ass man.
I wasn't
You
super
know,
high on
Mayflower was a
Fuzili.
slave ship, bro. You should
I just
change
thought
your
he was
name.
gonna win that specific fight. I didn't. I wasn't like saying, oh, he's gonna be a world beater at fucking
Yeah, he
super
got his ass
feather.
whooped.
Yeah, I just thought he was gonna win
Nah, I'm
that
just
fight
talking shit,
specifically.
nigga. You know I ain't taking it that serious.
Yeah, no, and Billy is someone I'm high on. Fuzili was just some dude I thought that was gonna win that particular
Hey,
fight.
isn't that when is that
Shakur,
Morel fight? I gotta get ready for that shit.
Yeah, see, niggas
he
like
fight.
Shakur would have got on his ass.
Yeah, Shakur
Hey, what
should
is
get that
isn't
belt.
that
That
Morel
IBF belt.
fight next week?
Versus Fox.
Yeah.
Should I think so? I don't know. I feel bad for Alantez. He's gonna get fucked up.
Let's
Shit,
not
I'm gonna
do
be
that.
front
Worry
row.
about
It's gonna be
it.
horrible. Are
I saw
Alantez and
him
Michael
fight
related?
Andrade. Yeah, they're brothers, I think, right?
No,
Yeah,
that's cool.
they from Ohio, right?
That African dude you talking about? He fighting on Canelo Loma's undercard.
No, I think it's not going to be major television, but he fights Ronald Ellis, a dude that Benavidez went 11 rounds with. So we're gonna see
Uh,
what
okay.
happens. Yeah, he
Who's
fights
fighting him?
Ronald Ellis, the dude that Benavidez fought before.
No, who's fighting Ellis?
Chris Mbeli, my 168 sleeper.
Oh damn, what if he gets slept?
Well, then I was wrong about him.
Then he'll really be a sleeper.
You was wrong about the South African nigga. So
No, I never was high on that dude. I just thought he was gonna beat the fucking Ogawa. I was never like, oh, he's gonna be a super reigning champion at fucking super feather. I just thought he was gonna beat that specific dude. I was dude, fucking shit. Shakur Stevenson fights at 130. You think I'm putting anybody at 130 over Shakur fucking Stevenson? Like, cut it out.
Shakur should Gary
see.
Russell should go to 130 and fight shit. Is Gary Russell? He should go to 130 and fight
uh,
Shakur.
Y'all think Gary Russell gonna beat his next opponent?
Yeah,
yeah. Max I too slow.
I feel like they're gonna let him be all juiced up.
I mean, they probably
that
are.
dude is.
That's how it goes.
He got a big ass hit.
Exactly. That's why he's gonna lose.
And if that picture was so weird because he's that picture of him with Sean Porter. That dude is huge.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, they're
find out
trying to get Gary
126.
Russell. They're
He
trying to get
probably is
Russell out of there
juiced.
like you holding the belt hostage, nigga.
They
Time
finna
to
strip
toughen up.
Santa Cruz, ain't they?
Yeah, they're giving the WBA is asking him what he wants to do before they go ahead and start the procedure to strip. So
But
He
you
needed
didn't
to say
ask
mental
Ugas what
health.
he wanted to do. You didn't
oh
ask
well,
Ugas what he wanted to do.
no, they didn't. They didn't give an option.
Santa
They said
Cruz all right.
mandates, nigga. They gave him the Devin Haney treatment, Mandos back to back, and then
It's
they
like,
them
bro,
niggas. But the WBC allowed Devin Haney's Mandos to fight each other in an eliminator. WBA like, nah, you got to fight both of them, both of them,
Both of them. God damn it.
Well,
back to
it's
back.
because they blessed him. To be honest, they shipped Pacquiao to give him the motherfucking belt so he can go to the Errol Spence
What
fight.
you saying? It's a blessing and a curse, nigga.
Yeah, because they put that nigga on death row. He not leaving that tournament with that belt.
Exactly. He's not beating both of them. I don't even think he makes it past 10 yards if it goes to a decision.
Well, he got to fight the dude who beat Jamal James after fight stenosis.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't
And
think
keep
he
it
can take that many
Put the
rapid
gauntlet
punches
on.
like that.
keep in mind, Ugas already beat Jamal James ass. So it's like, bro, we really
Some bullshit.
like it's just like,
that's
wow, man.
bullshit, man. He should be able to
Ugas
fight EJ
is
and get
getting
it
done
over with.
dirty.
The man like
Nah,
37, 35.
nah. Because the thing is, even if EJ were to fight Ugas, I'm telling you, they would just throw those Mandos onto EJ to block the Crawford fight. They would, and then a fucking Spence will have to whoop half of a bunch of Russian ass, and then get to fucking Crawford having gone through two prior wars. Like it's just, bruh,
That
it's
low key would
crazy.
be a tougher fight for
That
Spence. Butiev would be a tougher for fight than Ugas.
Yeah,
Nah.
that's true. Because Butaev is very more dynamic. He does leaping lefts, leaping rights. You know, he's good with the jab. He's good off the pivots.
Rapid
But
punches.
yeah, Virgil Ortiz Jr. I think will whoop Stanionis and Butaev ass.
I don't think
Boots
so.
beats both of them dudes. I think Boots beats both. Well, Boots
Yeah,
definitely beats
Boots
both of them
are
dudes.
after
Boots the
Spencer's
best.
finish.
But
Boots
Hey,
that's
the
what
man.
they
best fighter in
should
the
do.
world, in my opinion.
They should put Boots
So
or Virgil
realistic.
Ortiz in there with them two, Stanionis and Butaev. You know,
Yeah.
We're not gonna get Boots versus Bud
I
I
think
and
don't
Amanda
Brian
think
is.
Spencer.
so. I don't think y'all understand. Boots not gonna be that long enough. That long. He's going to 154. So only thing he waiting on is for them older champions to move up so he can get them vacant belts.
And I was gonna say I don't even think we get Boots versus Bud right. You know, at this juncture. Because wait, what is Trap saying? So at least we gonna get Boots versus Bud. No, WBC gonna mandate Spence Virgil. No, but Virgil's the number one for the WBC, but he just wanted out of the fucking title eliminator against Avanesian. I think Virgil gonna go the WBA route because it's already getting cleaned up.
I'm willing.
Especially
Yeah. I'm willing to jump the gun. Boots is the best fighter in the world right now. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
Yep. I don't care.
I can't make that type of claim just off of skills. You're gonna have to prove that in the ring against top
Oh
competition.
yeah, no doubt. But I think he's the good. I think he will. You just gotta give him an opportunity.
I mean, y'all
yeah,
got
as
Crawford
Boots.
over Spence based off the eye test. So the nigga said he got
That's
Boots
facts.
based off the eye test. It
They
is what
got
it is.
they got Crawford over Spence for
I know
fighting
you niggas
leftovers.
watch Dragon Ball Z. That's Boots is
That's bro.
set
That's
up.
you know what
He
that's
got
like.
every
That's like
he got
telling the
everybody's skills together.
that's like telling the gang you the man because you fucking sloppy seconds. Come on, bro.
That's like when dudes brag about
Uh,
getting a hoe, and then it's like, oh yeah, I fuck Tisha. It's like nigga, so did everybody else.
nigga,
Yeah, you in
no.
the back of the line.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Nah, but I like if EJ because EJ talking about he got to fight early next year. If it is Virgil Ortiz Jr., that wouldn't shock me because it is he's already the WBC number one. But that's why it don't make no sense because he has a designated title eliminator that he just got out of. So I'm not sure. It might be his IBF man those because they're fighting an eliminator right now. Like that Russian dude,
That
fucking
Russian dude talking real greasy. I wanted
oh
to
yeah,
get in the ring with EJ.
he talking
I
about he can
wanted
knock
to,
out EJ because he been in with some southpaws. I'm like, nigga, you must. All
it's
right,
gonna be
bro.
another
I thought
man down.
Clayton was
Me,
number one. Ain't Clayton number one?
Castillo? No, not Castillo Clayton for the IBF now. No, that dude Quadrito Abdul
quadruple armadillo, like
Kaparov.
BFTB call him. BFTB call him quadruple armadillo.
Yeah, that dude, motherfucker. He's the number one for the IBF right now, and he's fighting in eliminators.
Y'all
All I'm
remember
gonna
the Earl
say,
that? Yeah,
he gonna
hold
be
up.
another
Y'all
man
remember?
down.
Hell no. Y'all remember the Earl that fought? What's his name? What's that white boy name? He was about to
Algieri.
fight Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri. Y'all
Yeah.
remember the Earl that fought Chris Algieri? You ain't gonna never see that again. It's a
No,
damn shame.
he's getting back with Blu-ray.
I
It ain't
hope
That's
got
what he
shit to
so.
was
do with
with
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
It ain't got shit to
That,
do with Blu-ray.
cause that Earl, I give that Earl a chance over anybody, but I don't think he's ever gonna be the same.
Y'all think it's just a car accident in the torn?
Damn.
Y'all think it's the car accident in his eye? Is that
Nah, I
what you're
think he just
Even
got
saying?
even
designed no
before
more.
that, like the Mikey Garcia fight, if it was like the old Earl, he would have got him out of there. Like you saw, he
Yeah.
he got tired towards the end of the fight.
But the thing
Armadillo
is
fight this
that
weekend too.
he said that I
He didn't
wasn't
take it
disciplined.
seriously.
He didn't take it
Yeah,
serious.
exactly, exactly.
He
Like,
didn't do no strength and conditioning for Sean Porter either. You
yep.
know, he stopped training, he started partying more, and then the car accident. You know, that's that like
But
all
that
that
was
drinking and
before.
stuff. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
but even if he goes back to Blu-ray, like you gotta think the car accident might have just done like too much damage. Like I don't know.
He's
We'll
only
see.
had
I
one
hope I,
fight, so you never know. A one fight off that accident, you know? He was gonna
I
fight
hope I'm wrong.
Pacquiao.
Yeah,
Y'all
Pacquiao better
know
be
our
glad that would. Go ahead.
yeah, Pacquiao, he better be glad that he didn't get in there with EJ. That would have been ugly.
Right,
EJ would have hurt
right.
that man.
Yep, it's
I just want
true.
to see my guy get back in the ring though. You know, I support
They need to
EJ
make EJ
100%.
versus Ortiz.
Yep. In
That's a good
Texas,
fight.
they both
Especially
in
in
Texas.
Texas. That'll be
But I'm
that'll
just
be
I understand that Virgil Ortiz Jr. is still the number one for the WBC, but the WBC mandated a title eliminator for him against David Avanesian, and he turned it down. So now, can he still gain access to EJ without a title eliminator? I'm confused what the WBC is fucking doing here.
Right.
Like,
well,
I'm trying to figure out.
you know what they're about, D. You know what they're about,
Yeah,
D. So they gonna do
I'm
something. If it's him, it's gonna be some shady shit involved.
because Armadillo is fighting this weekend against Cody Crowley, and neither one of them niggas have a shot against even a wounded EJ. So that's
Still the same
whatever.
Armadillo.
So I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to do with this Virgil Ortiz situation.
I
Will
think, and the crazy thing about it, I think Virgil Ortiz will beat Evanesian. Like, let's be real, that dude ain't no
Yeah,
world beater. He's food.
yeah.
but
He
Just
beat
because he
Josh
beat,
Kelly, who's
yeah, Josh
I,
a
Kelly,
hype
he
job.
wasn't nobody. Yeah, hype job.
well,
Like,
I was gonna say that's the thing though. David Avanesian is what they might call a spoiler. They were trying to use David Avanesian. I mean, they were trying to use David Avanesian to build up Josh Kelly as someone like you said. He's supposed to be food. Fucked around and did something he wasn't supposed to and exposed Josh Kelly. He's the type of dude that
But
might not get in there and just lay
come
down
on, D
because
Hop.
he
yeah,
wasn't.
but
No,
the
no,
thing
hold on, just
is,
listen. He wasn't winning any of that fight until he was. And he's the type of dude that he carries like him and Virgil Ortiz fight the same, except Virgil Ortiz is significantly better at it. But however, Virgil Ortiz is someone that constantly has to close the distance and get into exchanges. And if Virgil Ortiz gets into an exchange with Albanese and catches the wrong shit, he could end up like he almost was a green beans if around getting stopped.
Hey,
And you know. So
I
that's
don't know that
true.
much about David Evanesian. Does he have a lot of power?
and then he has a decent amount of power. I wouldn't classify it as a lot, but I mean
Okay.
he's mostly knockouts. He got 28 wins, and then he got 16 knockouts. So he's not as much. He doesn't have as much power as Virgil Ortiz Jr. of course, but he has decent enough power. You
But the thing
know.
Yeah.
is, to me, is that Virgil has dog in him. You know,
Yep.
and like you said, I agree with you, D. But Virgil got dog
Josh
in him. You know, and Josh
Josh Kelly ain't
Kelly
got that.
didn't. He's a You put Virgil Ortiz or Boots in there with Josh Kelly, the result is going to be the same if not
Worse.
quicker. You know,
Right.
so while Avanesia might have that power, Virgil Ortiz is isn't Virgil bigger than isn't Virgil bigger than him?
Yeah, I
Probably.
believe he is.
So the size might play a difference in that matter. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that would be a good fight for Virgil at this stage, and he can take it. And I believe I would pick him to win. You know,
I picked him over Avanesian too, but apparently his team thought it was too much risk, especially if it's an easy payday and it leads you right to EJ. But like I said,
Payday.
like you talked about the WBC, he's already the fucking number one, so they probably just gonna put him in there anyway and say the title eliminator was just a paycheck. Nigga turned it down, so it's like okay, you can have access to EJ off top.
Payday. You want payday? I know that.
Yeah, yeah. So you know, yeah, it's a good title opportunity, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. I don't think they're gonna do fucking like a cross the boot situation. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Welterweight. Welterweight. Every like from 1 to 12, everybody's a tough fight. There's no
Yep.
easy pickings.
But nah, bro, everyone ain't shit. If you ask Canelo fans, everyone ain't shit because nobody has belts except fucking three motherfuckers.
Right.
Everybody
He
suck dick.
beat he beat three undefeated
Somebody just
champions.
said
Like,
the
come on,
WBA
bro.
is stepping on toes. They're making sure Arrow they backing Arrow in the corner to fight Bud.
Shit.
What the
I ain't
fuck?
gonna fight it. I hope so.
Yeah,
they,
stay out. Y'all gotta stay out the Facebook groups.
they said so the WBA is in a conspiracy to convince Spence to fight fucking Crawford. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
sure,
Oh my
sure,
fuck, bruh. That's fucking
exactly. See what I'm
priceless.
talking about? But shit, I'm about to get up out of here. What y'all? I got any final words?
Yeah, you know, got some good fights coming up this weekend. Hopefully, we'll tune in and see what's what. We got Lomachenko versus Comey, which not a lot of people are talking about. But like I said, when Lomachenko ends up fighting Kambosos, I told you so. And when Virgil Ortiz ends up going the WBA route, if he don't end up fighting Spence, I told you that also.
And Marcus
I don't
Brown
doubt it.
whooping better be Vaz.
I don't
Yeah, I
know
believe
about
he's
that.
going to decision his ass.
Yep.
yeah.
Anything else?
Well, I'm just gonna
Nope.
say, man, like D Hop said, you know, we got some great boxing. You know, the big fish is coming back soon, and I'm ready for that. And you know, like man, let's just we're gonna come back and we're gonna cook some more. But the WBA can go eat a dick. You know, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of these obstacles being put up for our fighters, man. They're trying to do it to Dev. They did it to Dev. They're trying to do it to him again. You know, they're doing it to EJ and Ugas. It's like, man, let these fighters be great, man. You know, and just
Yep.
let's get some good boxing. So
Shit. I might do a fight party for this Saturday. Shit. I know Top Rank ain't promote this damn fight, so shit.
Not at all.
Somebody gotta do it. So all right, I'm gonna holler at you guys. On to the next.
All right,
peace,
thanks for
family.
having me on later, y'all.
Yeah.